All right, it's Thursday. You know where you're at. You click the YouTube channel, you click the Facebook post, you click wherever I posted it at. It's the BS sessions, man. And with always we have well, he's unmuted now. Yeah, when I see the mute, I pause.
You
We
do.
have, we got Jerry Supe, big sexy man, almost retired. What's up, brother?
Almost retired, big sexy. Yeah, man. Not
Big
much,
sexy
man.
becoming smaller sexy.
Yeah, getting there, working on it.
I wish I could
Over
stop eating bread.
it's tough, man. I mean, you gotta really want to do it, man. I wanted to do it, but the health reasons kind of scared me into it. But that's what
What
it takes them.
I had that 10 A1C, and all I started to do was walk,
Yeah.
eat more protein, which my thing, and my A1C's been 6.1 since then. So
Dude, I could eat like a fucking not a small bag of chips, a fucking full bag of
yeah,
chips in one
I'm not a
serving,
chip
dude.
eater. I'm not a snacker.
I just think
I'm a dessert eater after dinner. That's
Yeah,
about it.
I just get that big metal bowl and
Uh,
fucking put a whole box of Fruity Pebbles in there.
I buy these little like 1 ounce
Fucking
bags of
yummy.
Doritos, and I eat one of those. So
Yeah.
I have portions if I want chips.
Yeah, I just basically, like I said, I got rid of carbs, man, and it took care of itself.
I need my chili
So
cheese dogs and my burgers, man. I can't go. Those protein burgers at In-N-Out are cool with the
yeah,
lettuce
I know
wrap,
you keep
but
I know.
it slides down, man. It
I'm like
slides.
I'm like fucking starving, and there's Mark posting chili dog pictures on fucking Facebook, dude. Thanks, dude.
Real supportive, Mark.
Hey, I didn't tag him in it. Jeez.
The worst thing is the best thing to do is not watch regular TV because every other commercial is a fucking food commercial, man.
You
It's
go
like
to the movies, they pump popcorn into your theater,
I could do without popcorn, man. But
but it
I
makes
don't
you
know, those
hungry.
nachos are pretty fucking good. Not really.
Remember
I
when?
feel like the TV ads. It's a three-way like rotation between food, medicines, and lawyers,
Yeah,
Right.
and they're all
all,
related. And they're all
and they're all
related.
telling you how you could die.
Yep.
You eat the
Exactly.
food, you take the medicine, and then you sue the company.
Yep.
Yeah, but man, what do we got going on, Jerry?
Oh, not much. Let's introduce our guest first, man. Andy Rodriguez, how you doing, man?
Hey, I'm doing all right, man. I'm having a good time. Thank you for having me on here, guys. It's been a while. It's been about a month since I've
Yeah.
been on here, so I'm excited.
Remember where
120
you're at.
120 something days, Andy. Getting close,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, I know.
What
Gonna
they're
be
talking
fun.
about, they're going to Rocklahoma and having a sexual encounter. No, I'm joking.
Yes.
Like
Get
like
out of here.
like me and Jerry did in Tennessee. Hey Jerry, what's up,
No, we
buddy?
did fucking
I
not. I don't
miss you,
fucking
Jerry.
think so.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
know about all that,
Keep missing me,
but
man,
yeah.
because I ain't shit's not happening.
Oh man, I'm just joking with you guys,
And then we
man.
got Joseph Staub, man. How you doing?
I'm just along for the ride. You three,
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but
Yeah.
I'm up here in Pennsylvania all by myself.
We had a
I'm
ride,
happy
all
that
right. No, I'm
way.
joking.
Joseph was thinking about going to Oklahoma, but I don't think he's going to go now. So,
Yeah, you're gonna get that Rocklahoma.
yeah,
Jesus, Mark, what is going on here?
I know, man. You have something you want to share with the group?
I'm channeling my inner Ian Wadley.
Do you want to come out with something tonight?
Yeah, I was
No,
gonna say, anything you'd like to share with
I
the
like
class?
boobs. I like boobs and not man boobs. Okay.
Moobs?
Moves.
No,
What
I
are you
said
talking about,
I'm
Mark?
channeling my inner Ian Wadley. That guy rubs off on me listening to that podcast yesterday.
Uh,
Yeah. Oh man, he was in an Airbnb
Yeah.
with Chris Syntax. So I wonder what was going on. No, I'm joking. Chris, if you're listening, you know I'm fucking with you. But man, what are we doing, Jerry? What's the show for tonight?
We're going to be our top songs of 1980. Now, if an album was released in 1979 and a single came out in 1980, that's cool. That qualifies. But if it's a deep track, released in 1980, obviously it has to be released in 1980. But just to clear that up real quick, I think we cleared that up when I first came up with the
Yeah.
idea. But yeah, I mean, a lot of good songs from that year. I mean, we figured we did all the decade, all the years with albums. So I figured we start with songs. So I figured we start with 1980, a nice round number. So with that being said, dude, what's BS, man?
All right, man. I hate talking about deaths, but these are important people that were in our lives. If you like listen to music, this guy is in probably all of our record collections. I know mine with Queen and the Cars and shit like that. Roy Thomas Baker dies at 78, man.
Yeah,
What do you think about that, Joseph?
yeah, yeah. Oh, okay.
I'll go to
I
you.
mean, yeah,
Oh.
I mean, probably one of the most prolific record producers out there. Just produced so many amazing albums. Queen, the Cars. He did a couple Nazareth albums. I mean, just he's been all over the place with just producing great albums. And he always had a way of just making albums sound so unique to the band that he was producing. He didn't
I
have
was gonna say
necessarily. There's some producers that okay, that's a Bob Rock album, or that's a Rick Rubin album, or that's a or the Tom Werman has that kind of a sound a lot of the time. But when Roy Thomas Baker worked with a band, he usually worked with a band for a prolonged period over a certain number of albums, and he would create sounds that were unique to that band. When you listen to a Queen album that was produced by Roy Thomas Baker, it sounds like a Queen album. When you listen to a Cars album, it sounds different from those Queen albums, but it sounds unique to the Cars. And he produces these awesome, unique sounds for these bands. And I mean, just definitely in my top 10, possibly my top 5 producers from all time. Just an amazing producer, produced so much great music. And it's definitely kind of out of the blue here. I hadn't heard anything about him being sick or anything. So this was kind of sudden that he passed. So
My
yeah, rest in
God.
peace.
He's produced
What?
a lot of albums that I own and I didn't know he produced.
Oh, yeah. He's produced
Journey,
Dirty Foreigner,
Free.
Yeah.
all the freaking, a lot of Journey. Doc and Tooth and Nail.
Yeah.
My
Alice
God.
Cooper, I think, too, right?
Tapow. He produced that Tapow.
Oh, really?
Oh my God. I'm like,
Give a little
God
bit of
dang,
heart and soul.
what's Hall of the Mountain Grill? Hawkwind. I thought it was Hall of the Mountain King for a second. I hate that album. Fuck all the Queen, like Queen 1, Queen 2, Sheer Heart Attack, Candy-O. It's like Deftones. I'm sorry you produced them.
Oh, I love. Which ones did he produce by
I
them?
like the Deftones.
Queen and
Sorry.
9. Yeah, he just produced.
Which Deftones albums did he produce?
Yeah.
It only says One Way Ticket to Hell or something.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, I think he did Slade. I think he did some movie soundtracks, too, I
He
think.
did the Smashing Pumpkins, I guessed, too.
Oh, really?
what was Zeitgeist?
Wow.
Yeah, that wasn't a Smashing Pumpkins, wasn't it? Zon?
No, that was Smashing
No,
Pumpkins.
that's a Smashing
Oh, that's
Pumpkins
Smashing
album.
Pumpkins. Oh, okay.
Zeitgeist, yeah.
Zon had a weird name, too.
That was a good album. You know what? It's weird that y'all mentioned that. He has really had an eclectic group of
Devo?
albums.
Oh, no, it's Devo? Gee.
It's pretty amazing if you really think about it.
And none of them sound. It's just the bands sound like the bands. They don't sound like you can, like you said, you can hear Bob Rock. That's a Bob Rock album. You can hear him, and he actually just makes the album sound good. He doesn't change the band's sound.
Mhm.
No.
So that's pretty fucking cool, man. So what about you, Andy? What do you think about Roy?
Yeah, like I was just saying, you really need to look up, see the albums he produced because he doesn't sound the same. He really fits the glove to the artist's strengths. And you can do that just by looking at all the different albums that he did. It's amazing from the Cars to Smashing Pumpkins Itch.
Dusty
I can never
Springfield?
pronounce that name, but it's a really good album. And I never
Dangerous
would-
Toys.
Mhm.
Yeah, he did Elias
never would
Acres.
have thought he did these albums.
American
'Cause-
Gothic by the Smashing Pumpkins, too.
American Gothic. I don't remember that. What is that? Is that some kind of compilation?
It's 2008. I don't know. I don't remember
Because I
that
don't
either.
remember that.
It's
being
an
album.
EP.
An
It's an
EP.
EP.
Okay. But yeah, what an amazing piece of work he's done. So, it's sad to hear that he passed away.
But he did do a horrible album by John Anderson called Three Ships. I remember that album. It was horrible. But
He did a Yes album, too, didn't he?
he did
He
Overnight.
did one of the last Yes albums. Yeah.
He did Overnight Angels by Ian Hunter. I like that album. He did a lot of a lot of these albums are in my childhood. The Cars, Foreigner, the whole Cars soundtrack, man.
He did an album that is on my honorable mentions for 1980. Flush the Fashion from Alice Cooper.
Nice.
No
Wow.
Rest for the Wicked.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, man.
Transformers soundtrack.
Okay, yeah,
Wayne's
Probably
World.
just like a song or something on there.
yeah. So, Jerry, what do you think, man?
I mean, we've all pretty much talked about it. The guy's got his fingerprints on a lot of stuff, man. And one thing I also mentioned before Joe did, yeah, he had his own sound, but he made the band still sound like the band, but kind of like pumped it up a little bit. You know what I mean? To make it you know how you can always tell a John Mutt Lang song, it's clean, or an album produced. It's clean, it's not dirty really, but this guy brought the best out of a band, I think. But I was reading the list of some of the shit he said. I'm with Mark. I didn't even realize some of the stuff that he's done. So
Yeah.
man,
Well,
what a
yeah, I mean,
loss.
think about the first couple Cars albums versus Heartbeat City.
Yeah.
You can tell which one's a Mutt
Yeah.
Lang album.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I'm
You
talking
can
about.
tell
I mean,
exactly which one's a Mutt Lang album.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's another loss. Again, it seems like every week there's a loss in the music world. It seems like
I'm trying to find birthdays, but nobody's birthday's been coming up.
Who gives a fuck about birthdays?
Oh, I want to be happy instead of death days.
Yeah.
Like Aaron Camaro does that on the.
See, Mark. This is what happens. We talk about the deaths now, and we balance it out with all this amazing freaking music we're going to talk about.
There you
That's
go.
what's happy. All this
That's
amazing
true.
music.
I do got one thing to say about him. What an awesome producer. All those Queen albums, the Foreigner album, the Cars albums. But one thing, the Dog and Tooth and Nail album is a great album, but I think he wasn't like the full producer on that. It was muddy. It was very muddy sounding. It didn't sound like something he actually produced fully, and I don't think he did that one fully. But he gets
He
credit.
did not. No.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't the producer. It's not on his list.
Oh, well, it says Doc and Tooth and Nail on what I looked up. Man, what the fuck is Lock Up the Cats? Local H. God, that's a band Eric Camaro loves.
It was. Listen to this. This will tell you exactly what was going on in that studio. Two names that you never think would ever work together in their life. Tooth and Nail was produced by Tom Werman and Roy Thomas Baker.
That's why it sounds muddy. Tom Werman sounds muddy. Listen to his. He's produced a lot of good albums, but if you listen to it, it's really muddy and low in the mix. Especially like.
To be fair, Dawkins been a band that never really had great production.
No, but I think Tooth and Nail was pretty clean. It's pretty clean.
You mean not Tooth and Nail? You just
not Tooth and Nail. I mean
Under Lock and Key.
Under Lock and Key.
Very
I would say no. The cleanest one is
Back for the Attack.
Back for the Attack.
Back for the Attack is a great one.
That's the sleekest one.
Yeah.
But that's the best sounding one for them. For Dawkins. That's the best sounding one.
And then we get to if you're a sports fan, you guys heard Mike Patrick, right?
Yeah.
He died at 80 years old, man. What do you guys think about that?
Been a lot of ESPN people passing lately.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of sportscasters that have been passing lately. I don't know if you put it in the thing, but Mongo McMichael passed away yesterday.
Yeah.
Great defensive lineman for the Bears.
No, I didn't put him in there because I'm not a Bears fan, but I was
awesome wrestler. He
had a great career after he retired as a commentator and a wrestler for WCW, and he was part of that Bears team. That's all you got to say.
He was part of that Super Bowl shuffle.
A part of the Bears
team
that gave Joe Montana a fucking huge concussion.
Super Bowl
That's
shuffle.
why I didn't want to talk about them.
Monsters of the Midway.
I was so mad when Mike Singletary became our head coach.
But Mark, even if you don't like the Bears, what he went through the last 3 years,
I know that's
cool. It was awful.
Going through ALS for the last 3 years.
I almost put it in there. I forgot to put it in. That's my bad.
I was really, really glad that they put him in the Hall of Fame when he was still alive. That was something that his family was really passionate about and lobbying for, that he would get that while he was still alive. And it was really touching last year to see them do that when he was still around. And I'm just
sad. It was sad that he was in a hospital bed, and it was
but the fact that they were all able to go visit him and give it to him, and he was still at least aware enough of what it was and how important it was. But for both of them,
what did he die of again?
ALS.
Yeah, it's called getting hit in the head too many times, right?
No, that's CTE.
Okay.
ALS is Lou Gehrig's disease.
But couldn't the hits in the head cause your body to
that's
not that.
That's different. That's
okay. I'm just asking.
That's just a very rare. It's a genetic thing usually.
Yeah, CTS was freaking Aaron Hernandez and Junior Seau, right?
Yeah. That's
CTE. I feel so sorry for
Mike
Junior
Webster
Seau.
from the Steelers was like the prime case of CTE.
Oh, he was. He
killed himself and donated his brain. Said, "Please figure out what was wrong with me."
Junior Seau, what a nice guy. I was so sad when that happened to him. I was like, God, not Junior. Even though he kicked his ass in '94.
Look at Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown's a primary case of it.
Oh yeah.
And I'm worried about Tua, man, because that guy's had so
Yeah.
many concussions.
That
man,
guy
and
should fucking retire.
I'm telling you, man, that's
He
bad.
should have
news.
retired 3 concussions ago.
Yeah,
You know, you
Yeah.
got all these football players retiring at 30 now because of that. They're
Yeah.
retiring a lot early now.
That's why Patrick Willis retired.
Patrick
early
Willis.
because yeah.
Yeah, he wanted a life after football. And
And I don't begrudge them that. I mean,
Well, because these guys
all the money in the world is not enough to put your family through that.
They make good money now where they don't have to play through fucking injuries like that anymore like they did back in the 70s and shit. I mean,
You guys are on the draft clock right now, it looks like.
Oh, no, we haven't traded the number 11 pick?
No, you guys are, and the pick's in, so they're about to announce it.
Cleveland made some moves.
Hey, I'm not even watching the draft, so tell me what happens, man.
Yeah.
Oh, the NFL draft. But Texas did some trades, Andy told us.
The Raiders got Genty.
Yeah.
I don't know college. I remember when the 49ers picked Patrick Willis, I texted my friend, so who's this Patrick Willis? Oh, dude, you got a good one. Thank you. I don't watch college football, so I don't know who the fuck these people are.
There's some really good talent coming out of the college game, college this year.
Yeah, man.
The Jaguars got Travis Hunter. He's the kid from Colorado that played both ways, that won the Heisman. He went to the Jaguars second overall. The Giants got a really good defensive lineman from Penn State.
They need a fucking quarterback, man.
I know. I don't know why they. I mean, their defensive line is fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They need a quarterback.
Yeah. The Raiders got Genty. He was the big name. It was between him and Travis Hunter for the Heisman. He's a running back. He was really good.
See, I don't believe
a running back went pretty high.
I don't believe the waste. Yeah,
a running back hasn't went that
running backs anymore. I really don't.
A running back hasn't went that high in years, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's fucking cool.
It's one of the first top 10s in a while for a running back.
Yeah. I think the run game is coming back to the NFL.
I do. I think.
Yeah, but it's always by committee now, though.
Yeah,
for the most part.
Now I got it on the draft on the side. I want to see the next pick.
Well, I mean, your guys' pick is right now, and that's the only pick you guys have today.
Really? I thought we had a bunch of picks.
It's only one round today.
They only do the first round today.
The second and third are tomorrow, and then the rest are later.
All right, man. So Mike Patrick, Andy.
Oh, you know what? I want to say that he did so much for ESPN and everything that he did. You know, he was one of those guys that you enjoyed listening to and learning from. You know, because there's a lot of guys now that are just are Twitter bait or just want headlines. I miss the old-fashioned reporting. You know, just telling you what happened, not giving you their opinion, just telling you what's going on. And I miss that, and hopefully it goes back to that. But yeah, we really lost a good one there. So may God bless him and his family.
Yeah, he did Sunday Night Football for ESPN. He did the women's basketball. You know, he's did a lot of shit, man.
It sounds like you guys are taking an edge rusher.
Yes, I was hoping that, or an offensive lineman
from Georgia.
I was hoping. I'm watching it right. I'm probably a little behind you.
Well, no, it came out ahead of time, like 8 minutes ago. Like they leaked it. You guys are taking.
I'm glad they didn't trade the 11. I thought they're going to trade down and trade up. Fuck that. Last time we traded up, we got Trey Lance. That didn't work out. But Jerry, what do you think about Mike Patrick, man?
Oh man, dude, just growing up with this guy and all those classic ESPN announcers, man, it's tragic, man. Yeah. I mean. The saddest one for me was Stuart Scott. I love that guy. Man.
Oh, I
loved
him.
One of the best announcers ever.
Booyah!
But yeah, I mean, it was it's just so sad, dude, because all these people that I know that I grew up with, man, are passing away, whether it's music or, you know, announcers, because I watch sports all the time. It was just sad, dude. I mean, it really is. And these up and coming ones, I don't think there's any great ones, man. Yeah, I mean, they got to prove themselves still. But your Chris Bermans, your Rich Eisens, I mean, you got to just don't have that anymore, it seems like, man. I don't know. But,
well, Chris Berman dies, that's going to suck too.
Rumbling, bumbling. He's just awesome, dude.
He still does that. He's still on there.
He does that on Monday night.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Dumbo.
What's that
Yeah,
show?
that's awesome.
What's that show? It's only on ESPN online now. Where he used to do all the highlights of the week's games. He still does
This
that.
week in football?
No,
No. Oh wait, no.
he did it with the guy that the linebacker for years from
Yeah,
Denver. I forgot the name of the show, but that was a great show.
Yeah, ESPN's losing a lot of talent. There's not much
they are.
left on
They're
ESPN.
losing,
Well,
they're
what's
losing
his-
Sunday
what's his-
Night Baseball next year. They're
Mhm.
losing a lot.
Shannon
man.
Sharp just left for a
Yeah.
while because of fucking allegations against him. So
The
Yeah.
only show that the
Oh,
only
sorry.
the only kind of analysis show that I watch with any regularity is pardon the interruption. Everything else,
Oh.
I mean,
I like
they have
those. I like those
there's
guys.
they're
They got.
they're
I like Around the Horn. They got rid of that one. I mean,
Yeah,
they
they
got
get rid of
a lot
that,
good
yeah.
shows. Yeah.
I mean,
I like
like,
Around the Horn.
there's not much left on ESPN, unfortunately. The Sports Center anchors aren't that great anymore.
No, I like. Is Linda Cohn still there?
I don't know.
I haven't heard her name in a while. I know.
I think she
you know,
was
I
on
think
there
she's a
last
sideline
year.
reporter. I think she's a sideline.
No,
reporter.
she's on ESPN anchor. She
You
was
sure?
on there.
I haven't
Yeah,
heard. I haven't
she was
heard her
on-
name in a long time.
I'll look it up. But Mike Patrick, man, the guy was fucking a great announcer. He ruled. I liked him a lot. And the guy did women's basketball and nobody wanted to do it. He said, "I'll take it." What a great guy, man. Bringing them out there. I don't care for women's basketball, but I'm happy it gets a light on there. And it seems to be coming up because of Caitlin Clark and the girl from, who's that other girl that has her own McDonald's meal? I'm like,
Mhm.
Oh,
I forgot her
The
the
name.
one that can't fucking
Reese?
shoot for shit.
Angel
Yeah,
Reese.
Angela Reese.
She's pretty
Angel
hot though.
Reese.
She's pretty hot.
though.
She is pretty hot.
I mean,
do-
the women's basketball usually gets popular every 4 years. That's
Pretty much, yeah.
it's always around the Olympics. That's what it is.
yeah, they took Michael Williams, edge rusher, Georgia.
Yep.
Mikel, or whatever his name is. But
They
man,
haven't found anybody to team with Bosa since Bosa got in the league, basically.
they need somebody on the other side of Bosa. He gets triple team, double
I'll
team.
tell you what. If I don't know if he sat out in the playoffs this year or not. If that Williams guy sat out
He
in the
did.
playoffs this year, did he?
Yeah.
In the playoffs?
Yeah, because Notre Dame beat them soundly because half
That's
their
what
team
I'm
was fucking
saying.
out. Yeah,
That's what I was saying. Because if he played in the playoffs, I don't. He didn't get much pressure on.
College football is getting wishy-washy. I don't like they're paying these people. They can go wherever they want
Yeah.
to make money now. It's
And then
The
and
Cowgirls
then-
are next.
and then them not playing for the championship
Yeah.
or for bowl games because they don't want
Right.
to get hurt for their draft. Dude,
exactly.
To be fair, I think
That's
that's possibly the only good thing about this 12-team playoff is now more of these kids are playing in the playoff now. Because in the past, only the people that made the playoffs would play. Even if you were in a New Year's Six bowl game and you didn't make the playoffs, they'd all sit out.
Yeah.
But now that 12 teams are making
Yeah.
the playoffs, the
Yeah.
best players from those 12 teams still have a shot to win a national championship.
Yeah,
so they're
pretty
gonna
much.
play.
Pretty much Notre Dame had everybody, I think, play.
Nobody
this year,
sat
I
out
think.
for Notre Dame.
Yeah,
it was
nobody
just
sat out.
injuries, yes, but
Yeah.
nobody sat. And I don't think any team, because I mean, look at all those top picks. Genty played against Penn State, so that he played. Any of those guys that made the playoffs, they all played.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say we haven't seen the Niners pick anybody edge rusher to help Bosa in years, and this is amazing. I just saw this
Well,
guy's
they
highlights.
tried Leonard Floyd. They tried a couple guys.
Well,
that just wouldn't-
but they haven't picked a young guy to go on the other side of him, dude. This guy looks amazing. I just saw his highlights.
Well, I mean,
Guy's fast.
Georgia produces some really, really great talent.
the whole
Yeah, they always
SEC
do.
does. Whole SEC does basically.
I mean, Georgia especially coming off of winning the national championship back-to-back years a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
they got their pick of the talent.
All right, man. Let's get to another story. Why does Dave Evans keep talking about he was in AC/DC?
I was watching
Because-
an interview. It's like I don't because it's the
Because
only
how
claim
else
to fame
would he
that he
make
has.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how else would he make headlines, Mark? He's got to stay in the news somehow.
Well, he's talking like these bands that act like they're metal, but metal's an attitude. I go, who cares what you say? You're nobody. We don't want to hear your opinion, right? Come on.
No.
It's like, Dave, shut the fuck up, dude.
Know your place.
Know your place. You ain't no Bon Scott. You ain't no Brian Johnson. You did he even record anything with him?
Nothing. Yeah.
No, not that I know of.
I think. Are you sure? I thought you recorded a couple. There's a couple songs out there.
Nothing that
him,
was
you know?
released, I don't think.
Yeah, I like in
No.
Australia or something like that. I thought.
Hey,
I don't know. Maybe I'm
sing,
wrong.
that guy you sing,
Maybe I'm wrong.
that guy you sing "Hush" with fucking Deep Purple has more credit than him.
See that, like
Well, yeah, he made
Dave
4
Evans.
albums.
Dave Evans talking about AC/DC is like Dennis Stratton talking about how great Power Slave is.
Right.
Man has
No,
nothing to
but-
do with it. Man has nothing to do with it.
Right? I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, but the lead singer for Deep Purple made 4 albums.
Yeah, and
That's
still
what I'm
no one
saying.
knows his
Did,
name.
did he get in the Hall of Fame? I think they left
Yes.
him out, right? Oh,
They put him in. They didn't put the bass player in. That was what
Oh,
the
that's
controversy was.
Oh,
fucked
they
up.
didn't
put Nick Simpler in.
Nick Simpler in?
No,
Wow.
they put Rod Evans in,
Rod
but
Evans.
they
but
didn't
not Nick
they didn't put
Simpler.
Nick Simpler in.
You see,
Oh,
that's
wow.
stupid because he was on the same albums.
Exactly, and that's one of the things that everyone points to at the Rock and Roll
Yeah.
Hall of Fame. Like, how stupid can you be? Like,
Yeah.
either put both of them in or don't put either one of them in.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, but the Chili Peppers get all 10 drummers in, right?
Exactly.
So Robert Trujillo gets in. I
Yeah.
mean,
Hey, Robert
But
Trujillo
then-
was with that band for
but
years
then-
when that happened.
But then with Pearl Jam, they leave out a Brucey. Like,
Yeah.
they
that
leave
was
him
a
out.
horrible fucking omission, man. You know,
yeah, but
go ahead.
yeah,
Andy.
but I'm sorry, but with Trejo, he was in Metallica, but he hadn't recorded anything yet with him.
Well, no, when he got in, he already did Death Magnetic.
It was like right after Death Magnetic came out.
Right out, he did record.
But that
Death
means
Magnetic.
he had literally been in the band for 5 years, and they put him in.
Well, he should be in there for everything he did with Suicidal Tendencies. In my
Well, Suicidal
No.
Tendencies isn't in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
yeah,
Mark.
and they should be. But that's just my opinion.
I don't know if that.
If they put in the fucking Sex Pistols for one album, they could put in the fucking
yeah, but
Suicidal
Sex
for
Pistols-
3 albums.
But the Sex Pistols had a lot more
Oh my
influence
god,
than
the
Suicidal
first
did.
Suicidal
And
Tendencies.
and
I
Mark,
saw your mommy.
I love Suicidal way more than the Sex Pistols.
Yeah, me
But-
too.
You see more memes of Suicidal. All I wanted was a Pepsi than fucking Sex Pistols, man.
That's because
But I do agree
it's a
with Mark.
meme.
I really think that Suicidal Tendencies do belong in there because they were different from
They were
everybody
West
else,
Coast thrash punk hardcore.
and
come
they
on.
represented the whole West Coast.
Yes,
At that time, it was like they came out with their own sound.
they did.
They really did.
Mike Murr for life.
I just don't think they ever got big enough or influential enough. And again, I
think
love Suicidal.
they're very influential. People, a lot of bands talk about Suicidal, especially here in the West Coast. They are very influential. Green Day, Blink 182, they all love Suicidal, man. They talk about them. So, let's get to another topic. Don Dokken wants his life back. He's happy to retire. What do you guys think about that?
More power to him. That's awesome. I mean,
yeah.
he's at an age where he's not so far gone like some of these people that are retiring at age 80. I mean, he's in his 60s. He has hopefully a good number of years ahead of him. And I mean, he's been out there for over 40 years busting his
40
ass.
years.
I mean, what more do you want from the guy? I certainly don't want to see him live anymore. So go ahead, have go.
Right.
Sit,
Yeah.
please.
That last
Have a
album was
have a nice
amazing,
life.
though.
Yeah, I don't want to see. I've seen him live. It's not good. It is
Oh,
not good.
I seen him live back in his heyday. It wasn't good either on Back for the
It
Attack.
wasn't.
It
yeah,
wasn't.
even in their prime.
In their prime,
started
they
having a
weren't
prime,
good.
they
It
weren't
wasn't
good.
his. It
Dokken
wasn't
and
his
Rat,
fault.
two great bands that were never really that great
I
live.
agree. Rat wasn't that good live either. You're right.
But I
They're
did
probably
see,
better now live than they were back then.
I saw him on Back for the Attack, but I saw him on Erase the Slate at Hollywood House of Blues, which is no longer there, and they were amazing. They were amazing because him
that
and
feels
George
like-
were fighting.
I'm sure they had good shows.
Yeah.
You know, I
Of
mean,
course they did.
for the most
Erase
part.
the Slate, one of the most underrated Dokken albums of all time.
See, the thing is, we are all spoiled because there's a lot of bands that we're fans of that are just on the top of their game consistently live.
Yeah.
And that, unfortunately, isn't the case for a lot of bands. A lot of bands, it is they go out and they do a show and that's the show, and whether it's good or not, but especially those 80s bands. I mean, no one's ever said that musically Motley Crue is amazing live. I mean,
Hey, Ralph has said they were back in the day. They were good.
okay.
He saw them on Shout at the Devil tour. He said they
Well,
were
I mean,
good.
I'm sure
Yeah.
that was great.
They had
But I
one
mean,
tour.
even like when they blew up big, I'm talking.
Oh yeah. I heard Theater of Pain was
Vin-
pretty good.
Vin- Vince Neil was singing Big Mac 103 long before he was Big Mac himself.
Big Mac 103.
Blah, 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 blah. You guys got anything else to say about Don?
Good for him, man. I mean, he's a legend, dude. So hope he has a good personal life. Hope he's got a lot of things
Hey,
going
you
for
went
him,
out
so.
with a good album.
You never lose that bug.
Maybe
sure he'll
George
try
Lynch
to.
should learn from him.
Maybe he'll try to
babble on.
Maybe he'll be a writer or something. You can't really get rid of that altogether. If it's been your blood for so long. But that's his choice, though.
How many times has George Lynch said he was going to retire or stop doing touring and all this stuff, and then there he is again.
Just make more
just
KXM.
As bad as ever. Just as bad as ever.
Just make more KXM albums and go on tour with them, man. Except you can't get that drummer from fucking Korn to go on tour because he's always fucking busy. Fuck Korn. I hate Korn.
Yeah, but Ray Luzier is an amazing drummer.
He's a fucking amazing drummer. He was in Army of Anyone.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember when I said, "Oh fuck, this Ray Luzier is fucking great." He was in the Dave Lee Roth band, DLR band, great album by the way. And he was in fucking the Army of Anyone. And I go, "What else? What is he doing now?"
Korn.
No. Fuck.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, he brings up their live show quite a bit. I've seen him live twice. He's great every time.
But I want him to do something I can listen to.
See, Mark, that's called being a selfish music fan.
Yes, I'm selfish.
Nothing that he is ever going to do is going to make him more money than what he is doing
I
right
want
now.
more KXM, bitch. Give me some more KXM. Deb Pinnick is amazing with the 3-piece band. It's so great. I love all 3 of their albums. 4, they haven't toured much because the motherfuckers touring with Korn, and I get it because he wants money. But
now I'm not too sure if y'all heard the interview on Black Spirit Circle when we interviewed the bass player for Lynch Mob.
yeah,
Of course, they're stopping now, but the bass player did say that George Lynch and him are going to work on things together in a new endeavor.
not that singer, right? That Gabriel singer isn't going with him, is he?
I don't know.
That singer is
I just
horrible.
those 2 so far.
That Babylon album, I haven't opened it. It's so fucking bad, right, Jerry?
Oh yeah, it wasn't that good.
That singer is horrible.
And George Lynch even played guitar on it. Hardly, it sounded like.
Yeah, it was hard.
Yeah, when I would hear his solos, it wasn't the George solos I want to hear. Now I couldn't tell the bass player that right in front of his face, of course.
Yeah,
but yeah, it wasn't the George Lynch guitar that we have heard for decades.
KXM and Sweet and Lynch are best thing. He just got those solos on us.
I wish you would just stop though, because I've seen George Lynch live twice and it's bad.
Is it him or the band?
No, it's him. He just solos endlessly. I think they played for 50 minutes. I think they played 6 songs.
Oh wow!
All right.
And he ruined a couple Dawkins songs too. Like changed the arrangements and stuff, and it sucks.
Remember and it's not like he's one of these guitarists that you want to hear play for a long period of time. It's not like he's Zappa or something like that you want to hear more. That's a minute and a half solo that I want to hear from George Lynch.
Yep. Play the song like it is on the album and leave it alone.
Exactly. I hate it when people change the arrangements, man. I hate that shit, man. It's like
there's only a handful of
like some bands like, hey, let's do a reggae version of this song. Okay.
Oh, when Rush did Working Man.
Yeah. Sorry, Rush. That was not good. I don't like when they go drastically away. But man, speaking
all right, the game is over.
Who won?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. 2-0, just like the Kings, man. That'd be cool if the Panthers and the Kings got to the finals, and fuck your Panthers if that happened.
They split it. They split actually both teams won at home at their own the other guys' place. So
it was like the Nationals Astros World Series. No home wins.
Yeah.
No home wins. Unbelievable. When we came back home for game 7, boy, I was chopping at the bit.
That was such a fun series, though. That was such a fun series.
That was a good series. Yeah, it was very weird.
And I watched the end of that game to watch a 2V cry. I go, one more out. Let me watch this. I'm over it, but I'm not over it. But let's get to News,
Two-time
man.
world champions.
The Alice Cooper band is making a new album and they put out
Yes.
Black Mamba. I haven't heard the
Oh,
song
it's
yet, but
good. It's
everybody's raving
good.
about it.
Yeah.
Talk about it, guys.
It's a throwback. It sounds like it came out right after Muscle of Love. I mean, I pre-ordered the CD as soon as I saw it up on Amazon.
Are they touring? Do you know
I
they're
hope
touring?
so,
No.
but I don't think so.
No, because I got tickets for Judas Priest, Alice Cooper, and Corrosion.
It's going to be his
Yeah.
current band, I'm sure.
It'd be his
I'd
current-
love if they maybe like next year go out and do a headlining tour of the
I would love that.
OG band. That would be amazing. But
Because we're seeing them in Oklahoma already, and I'm going to plan to go see them with Judas Priest and COC because I've never seen COC before.
I need to listen to more COC.
yeah.
I only know the album with Clean My Wounds and their version of the Leonard Skinner song.
They have 3 albums in the 90s in a row that are all really good.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I have them all. I need to listen. Every time I hear them, I like crank it. They're really
Yeah,
good.
they're another really unique band.
Yeah, to me, I think they're one of the inventors of the 90s stoner rock. Now, the ones that can play riffs and guitar solos that can
Oh,
extend.
that riff
and it
on
sounds
Clean
just
My
right.
Wounds is just so fucking infectious.
I mean, they predated. They are like a kind of a early version of what like Black Label Society would become in the 2000s.
I
Would do
agree
a
with
lot of
that.
that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Monster Magnet too.
Monster Magnet.
Just a lot of those. I mean,
Monster
Caius.
Magnet gets a lot of lagging. They have a lot of good albums, and then they just dip a lot. They go up and down. Monster Magnet.
Monster Magnet's another one that has a good, really good run of 3 albums there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm so mad that tour is not coming anywhere near me. The
I need to go
Cooper,
reset
Judas
my
Priest.
router. I'll be back in. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Restart.
Every time Judas Priest tours, they're close enough that it pisses me off, but not close enough that I can go.
Right.
Like they're
That's
like
Do you
3
think
and a
they'll
half
add
hours away or
dates?
something.
Do you
like
think
that.
they'll add dates to that?
Probably not. That they announced a lot of dates, so I don't think they're gonna add any.
Because my friend Tim, I texted him. I said, "Dude, Judas Priest, Alice Cooper, and Corrosion of Conformity are touring at the Forum in October. Let's go, dude." He goes, "Okay, I've never seen Judas Priest. He's a huge Priest fan. He's never seen him. I've seen him 3 times. I've seen Alice Cooper once. I've never seen Corrosion of Conformity."
Judas Priest is, along with Metallica, like the top 2 bands on my list of bands that I have never seen live.
Oh, really? You've never
amazing.
seen them? I've seen them twice. I've seen Fight once and Halford once. So
I
I would have
Halford.
loved to see the Halford.
Halford was good.
Because almost every other band. The other one is a band that's on my list today. A band that like has literally never stops touring, but never comes close enough around me. And as soon as I hold up the CD, you'll know. Yeah, they never stop touring.
Maryland's pretty. You're like in the Maryland area, right?
Yeah.
Well, Maryland's pretty big.
It is, but a lot of these bands, it's you either go to like Baltimore or DC, but those arenas aren't that big.
Oh, so they're
a lot of
What about
bands.
Philly, then?
That's I don't do shows in Philly.
Okay.
I don't, and a lot, surprisingly, a lot of these tours don't go to Philly either. A lot of the people that play Philly are more like, I'm trying to think of like how I would describe a lot of the people that play Philly. Metal bands don't really play Philly that much.
Really?
It's more like traditional. It's like bigger rock people. Like I'm a lot of more modern artists will play Philly, but a lot of the bands that we talk about don't play Philly. They'll play Baltimore, like, or DC, because I saw Iron Maiden in DC. That's where I saw Iron Maiden, was in DC. But a lot of these bands, I mean, where I see most of my shows is in Virginia, but it's just like right across the Virginia border. It's closer to me than most places, and it's 2 hours away from me. That's where I saw Korn twice. That's where I've seen Breaking Benjamin like 4 times. That's where I saw Alice in Chains twice. That's where I saw Slipknot there. But that's where I see most of those shows.
And that's surprising that Virginia would be the one.
It's because that's like it's an outdoor venue. That's why.
Okay.
It's the only, unless you go to where I go to M3, which is Meriwether Post Pavilion. It's right outside of Baltimore, pretty much.
Okay.
but that's an outdoor venue, kind of similar size. That's where Kix played their last show. That's where I saw Slayer's farewell tour. But also the venue I see most shows at also is Hershey in PA. That's where a lot of bands will play. Like the Rolling Stones have played at Hershey Park Stadium.
And you know
Um,
what? When I went to Hershey Park, there were they were advertising Guns N' Roses, and I was very surprised. I was like, really?
that's where I saw Guns N' Roses twice. I've seen Guns N'
Yeah.
Roses twice at Hershey Park. That's where
I
I
think
saw
I was
Kiss.
there-
I saw Kiss twice at Hershey Park.
I was there 2017 at Hershey.
2017. Did I see anybody? No, that was right before I started seeing shows. Actually,
Yeah.
2018. 2018, I saw Def Leppard and Journey at Hershey Park. That's Hershey Park is where I saw Green Day and Smashing Pumpkins.
Okay.
That's actually also where I saw Lady Gaga. Really weirdly small venue for Lady Gaga to be playing. And this was like 2 or 3 years ago. This wasn't like when she was just starting out. This was like recently. And
Yeah.
it was the largest crowd in Hershey Park Stadium history.
Oh wow.
It was like 30
Yeah.
couple thousand people.
Yeah, when that 2017 we took a road trip where we drove from Houston to Nashville to Louisville to Cleveland to Detroit and then cut across back to Philly, Baltimore, DC, and then Mobile, Alabama, because we're coming home. And I want to go to another festival next year because I'm going to try and make festival my thing.
Mhm.
But next year, my wife wants to. Well, not wants to. We're already making plans to go to New York City, which we've been there plenty of times. But we're going to rent a car and hit all the New England states. We're going to, But the thing is that I finally get to go to Cooperstown.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be so damn cool. I can't wait to go to the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Make a
And
stop to
then-
Nashville, man. We'll hang out on your way.
Oh, well, no, I'm flying into,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
and then
I was
going
saying,
north to Maine
if you-
and Connecticut and all that.
If you guys were road tripping around, like if you went through Hershey to Philadelphia, Baltimore, all that stuff, you were right near me. Hershey's about an hour from where I live. Baltimore is an hour the other way.
Well, shit.
Oh.
Maybe I'll meet you guys up there.
In fact, man, I got so lost because it was late at night, and we were going up into Pittsburgh, and there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
toll
Yep.
going this way, and then where you go north, and I missed the toll, and I went north.
Yeah,
And
you
dude,
were
I
on the
got
PA
lost in
up
the
in the
woods,
mountains, up in the mountains up there.
And there was
Ooh.
a sign. It was 11
Ooh.
o'clock at night. I've never been there. There was a sign said that I was the highest peak east of the Mississippi. I said, "Oh
You were
my
up in
God,
the you were up in the
how did we get here?"
Appalachians.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I said,
no,
"Oh,
because
how
if
did we get
then
here?"
you probably took the turnpike, which is like the whole way cut across the state.
Yeah. I did.
From Pittsburgh all the way over to Philly, and it what I'm like dead center of the state, but at the very bottom. Like I'm literally 15 minutes from the Maryland border.
So we stayed at a Holiday Inn or something where I had to find something to stay, and there was a guy there named Mike who was the guest services guy. He goes, "Oh yeah, Hershey's just about 15 minutes that way." I said, "Oh okay, motherfucker." It was like 4 hours from there.
You're in when you're in PA, everything's nearby. It's
It wasn't nearby, man.
Pennsylvania is a bigger state than people think.
Yeah,
It is
I know
a
it
big
is.
state. It is a big state.
Yeah, pretty big state. But
It's
let's get
it's about 4 hours top to bottom and about 5 hours across.
It was a bitch to drive through there in the middle of the night. It really
Okay.
was.
I said that it wasn't going to happen to Kiss News, but this isn't really Kiss News. But Gene Simmons says Frank Zappa was a failure. What do you think about that, Joseph?
Well, that's this week's attempt to get Gene Simmons in the headlines.
Yeah.
Find someone that people love and worship and is this really well-respected artist and just say he wasn't shit. Like he did when Prince died.
Yeah.
This is the Gene Simmons way of doing things. When you don't have the headlines for a week, find someone that everyone else likes more than you and talk about them and talk about how awful they are and how great you are. So if that's how Gene Simmons really thinks about Frank Zappa, he can take it up the ass. But I have a lot more respect for Frank Zappa than I have for Gene Simmons. I'll put it that way. But yeah, no, it's just this week's attempt to grab the headlines because he went too long without a payday, I guess.
Andy.
Yeah, I'm a big Frank Zappa fan.
Yep.
And I'm new to the Kiss fandom, which is fine with me. Yesterday I did a one and done for Kiss on Rat Salad. But the thing with Gene, he's talking ill of the dead. If he had said that when Frank Zappa was alive, Frank Zappa would have torn him to shreds easily. But whatever Gene thinks is I guess Twitter bait or to make a little bit of headlines. Of course, anyone that knows anything about music knows this is incorrect.
Yeah.
Now, is he talking about money wise or musicianship? Maybe money wise. Maybe Frank Zappa might have made some bad deals here and there, but it was always deals where he was trying new things. And yeah, he might have blown a lot of money on his musical endeavors, but that's musical endeavors. And maybe that's what he's talking about because we all know Gene is all about the green.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he said they didn't have any gold albums. I think they had 3. Frank Zappa had at least.
Frank Zappa?
Yeah, he had like 2 or 3.
I'm not
albums.
sure.
No, I was reading
I
the
know
whole
Apostrophe
thing.
was.
Yeah, Apostrophe and the other one. There's another one.
Overnight Sensation.
Overnight Sensation was gold. Yeah, they both
Yeah.
had gold. And he's sold over like a lot of albums. They've said he sold like millions of albums, Frank Zappa.
Yeah.
And it's like, how is he a failure when he sold all that music and he's like a big influence on a lot of fucking, I know Kiss is a big influence, but Frank Zappa's just as big. You got Steve Vai, you got
I was saying literally how
you
many
got
musicians' careers did he either start or
Alice Cooper,
launch? Yeah.
Alice
Alice
Cooper, Missing Persons.
All those people that were in his band in the mid
Yes.
to late 70s, that got huge. Or bands that he produced or bands that he discovered. I mean, yeah.
The dude was more about music and art than Kiss ever was.
Yeah.
Kiss was about making the money. Frank was about putting quality art out there.
Yeah. You're not going to see a Frank Zappa poster on somebody's wall like this, but
yeah, you get one.
That's about the money. That's not about the art.
I do have that picture up there. If y'all can see that of Frank up there next to the Beatles. I don't know if y'all can see that.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, yeah, there's Frank, and I've got another one of him taking a shit, but my wife made me take that one down.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah.
Jerry, what do you think about that, Mr. Kiss fan?
We're guilty of letting this go on because we keep talking about Gene Simmons and what he talks about.
I'm talking about Frank Zappa, though.
Oh, I'm not as huge of a Zappa fan as you guys are, so I don't know him as well as you do. But as a fan of Kiss, I apologize to your Frank Zappa fans out there because dude just needs to shut the fuck up, man. Seriously, enough, dude. Seriously, give it up.
Now, Jerry, I know that I didn't mean to cut you off earlier, but is that something that you and your wife would like to join us in next year? Or that little
possibly, yeah. Let me get through this summer Let me get through this summer. I got a lot of stuff, then we'll see. We'll check our financial.
You guys should all come fucking to California and visit me and go to the Rainbow Bar and Grill, bitches. Just
possibility too.
Telling you guys, I will take a vacation.
But yeah, Andy. But Andy, yes, that sounds like maybe a fun time. Meet up with Joseph somewhere.
Yeah, I met up with Chris Sinzak at the Rainbow Bar and Grill.
Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll hit a good concert or something.
Hey, man.
Yeah, cool. We'll see what's going on. But Mark, I am going to LA soon too.
All right, cool. Well, come away from LA. LA's a shit show.
To come see me, y'all. I don't want to go. I don't want to hike.
Dude, I can't hike. I got a bad knee, dude. I can't hike a fucking Joshua Tree, dude. Dude, just believe me, there's a plaque there for you to the Joshua Tree, which you're going to be on an episode tomorrow. But I would like to see that my friend Tim, who I'm going with Judas Priest, has pictures of him going to the monument. But I can't do it, dude.
I'd love to get you guys all to come here. I'll take you guys all on a historical trip to Gettysburg. I'll tour guide.
Oh,
for you
dude,
guys and everything.
I love fucking American history. I would
I do
totally
too.
go to Maryland.
I
dude.
live literally 10 minutes from Gettysburg. So,
Dude, I will. Jerry, Andy, let's get an Airbnb and go to Maryland, dude. Let's go.
Let's go to Maryland around the M3.
M3.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys all got to
Even
come.
better.
You guys all got to come. for M3 next
Airbnb,
year.
man, it's cheaper.
That's when it
Yeah.
starts. That's when it starts to get really nice outside. I'll take you guys.
Well,
up to
if
the
I don't
battlefield,
get fired, I'll start saving money for that.
start saving up. We'll
Yeah.
start the get
I'd
the
rather
BS
hang-
sessions to M3 fund.
No ill will about Rockin' Pod, but fuck, I'd rather hang out with you three. You know, it's fucking amazing.
I'd rather go
Yeah.
see shows. Is what I
I'd
would
rather
rather
go to
see.
shows, yeah.
Yeah.
I would rather go see live bands.
So that
But
was our
it can't be 2026. It's going to have to be after that.
was our BS, Jerry. Let's get to the list, man. Our 11.
All right. We are going to be doing our 1980 best songs in our
1980,
opinions.
1980 best songs, yeah.
1980 best songs. So let's get it started. We'll start out with Joe, man. What do you got?
As a quick sidebar before we get into this, anyone who's watching this, if you've made it to this point in the video, congratulations. You just made it through one of the most scatterbrained BSs I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I've had a great time being here. This is amazing. But I think we've talked about 70 different subjects in this last
Draft
50
picks, my internet went out, all kinds of stuff, man.
Hey, we didn't even talk about the Dodgers, Orioles, Reds, or Astros.
And we won't be talking about the
No, we
Orioles
won't.
anytime soon.
I just got to bring that in there.
Yeah,
'cause that was in the
How the
preview.
hell do we put up a 24th spot against you guys? Man,
I was ashamed. I was
Wow.
ashamed, I'll say.
Joseph,
Yes.
the thing with Baltimore, and
Here we go with
I could-
baseball. We got it in there.
Thanks, Mark.
Y'all make no moves in the offseason. Not just
None.
that, y'all have a lot of really good young players,
Yep.
but y'all don't have any veterans.
Nope.
You've got no
Our
leadership.
management sucks. We need to
I guess that's
fire our
piss-
manager.
piss
We need
poor
to fire our
management.
general manager. We need to fire
There's
everybody.
no leadership
This is-
whatsoever to
it's
look
awful.
upon or to teach them about the game.
And I mean,
It-
clearly, if you've watched any of our games lately, Brandon Hyde has lost the clubhouse completely. Completely has lost the clubhouse.
Wow.
It's bad. It's bad. Especially literally 2 years ago was voted American League Manager of the Year.
Yeah, he was.
Off,
And there was
came
so
off
much
the-
hope for that.
came
team.
off of a 100 winning game season, or however you would say that, 100 win season. Got swept in the playoffs. Really underperformed last year. Got swept in the playoffs. This year, I fully see us having a losing record unless we turn this around, and it's bad.
I think this is going to be worse than last year. I don't see.
Oh yeah, we're not making the
I
playoffs
don't
this
see
year.
how
at this
they're going
rate.
to change things.
Mm-mm.
I really
It's
don't.
bad. Anyway, my number 11. This is in no particular order. I like usual. I did stick to all albums of 1980 because even just going by albums of 1980, I had 30. So I'm gonna have a long honorable mentions list when we're done with this.
Okay.
My number 11, in again no particular order. Great opening track off of one of the most eclectic albums in 1980, and this is the band that I was talking about earlier, where even though they tour nonstop, relentlessly, everywhere, all the time, 12 months a year, I've never seen them live. Cheap Trick.
Ah,
Stop
never
this
seen them
game.
There, they go everywhere.
Stop this game off of All Shook Up.
Nice.
I mean, what an amazing opening song with Robin Zander's vocals coming in, that great opening line, and then the dun 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 dun. Just a great power pop song. Just a great Cheap Trick song. That's my number 11. Yeah, and yes, I've never seen Cheap Trick live.
Oh,
Even though they
wow.
play everywhere at all times,
They
have
do.
they have never played close enough to me on a day that I am free that I have gone to see them live.
Yeah, I saw him a
I-
few weeks ago. Robin sounds amazing. He had a couple cracks in his voice, but for his age, his voice is still fucking premier, man.
They're probably my number 3 of bands that are still touring that I have not seen live that I desperately want to see
You
live.
need to
You have
take
plenty
a
of
ro-
chances.
You need to
Oh,
take
I'm
a
sure.
road trip. You need to take a road trip
Oh,
somewhere.
I
But don't
know,
be
but
like
I
me.
never had the time or the money.
Don't be like me because I always thought I'd have a chance to see Tom Petty, and that.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw him
train-
7 times, so I'm good.
See, Jerry, that's why I see 50 shows a year because, like,
Yeah.
I
That's why I
gotta
want to
all
see
these
John
bands when I
Cougar.
can.
Even though John Cougar sucks, I still want to see him. Before.
I don't
I've
want
never
to see
seen
him
live.
now. No, I want to
See,
see.
that's
him.
that there is exactly why I saw the number 10 band on my list that we'll get to in a little bit, because even though I famously am not a huge fan of them, I needed to see them.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, that's my number 11.
All right.
Cheap Trick, Stop This Game.
All right, Andy.
Cool. Okay. I talked to Joseph about this. I said, man, I'm going to be doing deep tracks, man. Well, I made my list. I scratched it off. And then I decided to make a K-Tel album. Side one is going to be new wave or British heavy metal. Side two is going to be English post-punk.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start off side one.
You thought too much
Motorhead.
about this.
Huh?
You thought too much about this show, man.
No, I love it. I love it. I was playing that at work, the playlist, and I was telling my friend, she's all, oh wow, that's cool how you did that. She's all, are there any songs on there I'm gonna know? I said no. Absolutely not. But so I'm gonna start off, I'm gonna kick off my album with a great bruising track, Ace of Spades by Motorhead.
Good one.
That may show up on my
all these
list.
albums were released in 1980. So I don't know when the singles were released, but in 1980, all of this music came out, and they all came out of England. That's how I'm going with mine.
Cool.
Motorhead released singles. What?
What? Yeah, they did.
Yeah, some of these bands I looked at, they actually released singles. I can't fucking believe that. But yeah. Okay, Mark.
Mark, my turn. All right, man. I'm going. My list is kind of eclectic. I go all over the place on this fucking list.
Me too.
Because I like a lot of new wave, fucking all bunch of shit, heavy metal, rock. So I'm gonna start with a band that I don't think anybody's picked here. Well, a guy actually. His name is M. Pop music. Pop
Oh, yeah.
pop music.
Good
Everybody
song.
knows it. Pop music.
Good
I
song.
love that fucking song. It's such an earworm. It
Yeah.
doesn't get out of your head after you listen to it. So
Good
M,
track.
pop music.
It's funny because let's see, Huey Lewis sued Ray Parker Jr. for ghost ripping off him, but
Yeah.
actually Huey Lewis ripped off that riff from M. I mean, so kind of funny how that worked actually. But yeah, it was a catchy little jingle back in the days, man. I remember that song. Back in the
Oh,
day
yeah,
where all the
good song.
videos were black and white. It's like always a white background. You know what I mean? That when videos were being made. Yeah. All right. So my pick is this album came out in 79, but the single was released in 1980, but only in England. It was not released as a single here in the United States. And it's one of my favorite Tommy Shaw songs ever, and it's Lights off Cornerstone.
Oh,
Nice.
great track.
What a great fucking song, dude. I love that song. It's one of my favorite Tommy songs. You know, I was watching the video of them doing a show the other night, and I'm amazed how good, because they tour constantly.
Yeah.
How good Tommy Shaw's voice still
Amazing.
fucking sounds, man.
Every time I've
Unreal.
seen them, never disappoints ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Yeah, I agree with you.
I just love that song. I love Tommy, man. And you know, Cornerstone's a mixed bag. People have different. I kind of really like Cornerstone. I'm not a big fan of the Young songs on there, but it has its moments. And to me, I think Lights is probably the best song on that album. So
Great song.
that is what
I was gonna say. And Jerry knows this because this is why we're starting a show. But I am such a huge Styx nerd with how many times I've seen them live that I have a running list of songs that they have played live in the last 10 years that I have not seen them play, that I desperately want to see them play. And Lights is on that list.
awesome. Yeah.
Because that's, again, having seen Styx, I think 5 or 6 times now.
Yeah, I've seen
That's
them
one
so
of the
many
few
times.
songs.
I don't remember if them do that song.
That's one of the few songs that they have played it. They played it on at least one or two tours recently.
They may have done that
I've
on the
not seen
Grand
them play.
Illusion with the Young, I think, if I remember right. I mean, they did Queen of Spades, all kinds of great fucking songs on
Oh,
that tour.
Queen of Spades rules.
Yeah.
I got to see every
Queen-
member of Styx, but I never got to see the 5 originals together. Like I saw the Edge of the Century
Neither
tour
have I.
when Tommy
Which
was
is everybody without Tommy, yeah.
And then I saw him when Tommy came back, but John was
Without
sick, so he
John,
couldn't play
yeah.
with him. So
I'm just
Lights.
gonna say I didn't pick any Styx songs because I have 2 huge Styx fans on this show, and I knew you guys.
Well, also,
picked them.
Styx didn't release any albums in 1980,
Yeah.
but that
79.
was my criteria. So,
Well, I know Jerry would have because he
Yes.
put that in there.
all right. Well, that's my number 11. Number 10, Joe.
all right. Again, the band that I have seen live because why wouldn't I see them live, even though I am famously not a huge fan of them? And I've talked about this show because, God, I had to sit through 3 songs of Senshitsu. But
I love those songs.
more power to you, Mark. Really, more power to you. one of the greatest debut albums of all time. And I'm going to go with a little bit more of a deep cut off of this album. And that is Remember Tomorrow. Just one of the
Oh yeah,
beautiful, beautiful songs
Great song.
from Iron Maiden.
Unshaded
Deanna's
color
voice on this is just
before
phenomenal. The
Yes.
playing and everything. Featuring Dennis Stratton, who definitely did not play on Power Slave, but he played on this. Yeah. So that's my number 10 is Iron Maiden, Remember Tomorrow.
I know Jerry's gonna pick a song off that album somewhere.
All right, Andy, what do you got?
Yeah,
Song two.
Continuing on my new wave of British heavy metal. I am in the middle of K.K. Downing's book right now. I am listening to it on audio. I got probably just about maybe a couple more hours to go.
Is he doing it? Is he narrating it?
It says somebody else is narrating it.
Oh, I don't want to hear it.
And it's the guy who was in Grease too, Maxwell Caulfield.
Oh, Maxwell Crawford. Yeah, he was also in Dynasty.
Yeah, he was in Dynasty. Oh well, the Kobe's.
Yeah, the Kobe's. Yeah,
the Kobe's. Anyway, he was also in Empire Records.
Yeah,
but in the part of the book that I'm at right now, Rob left. So now they're in the middle without a singer, and they were all shocked by his departure. Even though they always knew about his sexual orientation, even before Judas Priest started, they already knew who he was, so that wasn't an issue.
Come on, Stand Up for Exciter. We already know that song.
So, but
Jawbreaker.
But the song,
Jawbreaker.
That video, Hot Rockin'. I mean, come on.
But my second track's gonna be Judas Priest Breaking the Law.
Yeah. Right.
But you think about Hot Rocket, dude. That reminded me of Olivia Newton-John's Physical.
You know what? When they announced that Rob came out, or he announced, I was surprised for like a second.
Nobody gave him shit for that. They just said, "Cool."
I don't give a shit. I still don't give people.
He's
shit
the metal god. I mean, what are you
we
gonna
don't
do?
care. We don't
I
care.
still don't care if you are. Or not.
I'm gonna go see him coming up in October. I'm happy.
I'm gonna go see him again. And
yeah, me too.
And I remember when I went to go see, it was either Fight or Halford. All the front were, from the gay, lesbian community. And when Halford finished, everybody left. We're like, wait a minute, Dale's about to come on, and everybody just left. We're like, okay, well, let's move up then.
All right. Great fucking song.
Yeah, man, great song. Great answer.
So Mark, what do you got?
Hey, Kate Dore, you might like this pick. Once in a Lifetime, the Talking Heads. Same as it ever was.
This
ain't no
my favorite Talking Heads song.
This ain't no My Beautiful Wife. My favorite Talking Heads is Stay Up Late. I love that song. Baby, please let
Very
me
underrated band.
I love this. But that album Naked was horrible. With the monkey on it, that was that is the only album that I bought from Tower Records on cassette. My friend was driving me to play it. We were halfway home. I said, "This album sucks." I threw it out the window. Fuck this CD. Fuck this tape.
Yeah. No, in my opinion, David Byrne is one of the most unsung musical geniuses of the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, he is one of those that, but just think he was able to make a very good, lucrative living, but still not be the top star guy.
Yeah.
But
there was a really, really great documentary I saw on 60 Minutes last year about him.
Really?
He was on a feature on 60 Minutes about like what he's doing now. He actually has like a really cool like kind of off Broadway show. It's like a full like sensory experience. Like there's audience participation and stuff, and it's really interesting.
Utopia. I think it's Utopia or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I was in New York a couple years ago. I wanted to go because my wife wanted to go see that because she had seen that episode on 60 Minutes. And it was like a lot of weird, not weird, I meant to say like world of music kind of things.
Yes, it's very like world music. Yeah.
Yeah. And unfortunately, we weren't able to make it. In fact, I talked her into going to a show that was in Broadway that the whole show was based off of Bob Dylan lyrics. She
But-
hated it. I loved it.
But I'm just saying, watch that video once in a lifetime. It's just amazing. It's
I
an
mean,
amazing video.
watch Stop
I love
Making
it.
Sense.
I was just about to say, stop making sense. The big suit. Yeah, fucking. I gotta
One
get
of the
that.
greatest concert movies
They
ever.
just remastered that.
They
Right
did.
On 4K.
They just put out a 4K. Yeah.
I gotta get that on 4K. I love it.
I've
And
got
Kate,
a double
if
wide-
you don't know who Kate Dorey is, she's on Three Shots Down. Plug.
She's on 3 Shots Down, and we're doing one of her subjects this Sunday. So,
Awesome.
we got a lot
I've enjoyed
going
every
on.
episode.
Somebody that I didn't even know was a huge influence on a lot of people. But
No spoilers,
Anyway.
man. No spoilers.
we'll get to my next pick, and this is my favorite song by this guy. I fucking love Bob Seger. Against the Wind, dude. I'm telling you, what a
I almost picked that.
the big comparison has always been Against the Wind and Night Moves, and a lot of people say Night Moves, but I Against the Wind to me is
I like
better
Against
song.
the Wind.
I'm a Night Moves guy. I'm
See?
a Night Moves guy.
I like
My
both
wife
of
is
them.
the same
I
way.
think I'm right there on both of them. I'm like,
See, and if
Just
if
Against
this
the
tells
Wind is
you-
such
I
a
was like-
great fucking driving tune. It just
it is. It's an amazing
the
track.
feel of it.
See,
I mean-
if this tells you where I'm at with Bob Seger, I have a song from that album on my honorable mentions. It's not even that song.
Okay, yeah. But I mean, one thing about Bob Seger, man, he's one of those guys. We talk about this a lot. You visualize what he's saying. You've been through, you've experienced most of the stuff that he does. It's just so fucking one of the best storytellers in music, man. I mean,
hey, you need to watch her strut.
he is one person again I had opportunities to see live and never did, man.
Out
So,
on Main Street.
Yeah. Oh, man.
but I just want to interject. Against the Wind is one of my it might even be my top 10 songs. Period. I
Yeah.
love the lyrics. You know, the way that he started off with a girl, and then he started to live reckless, and then he woke up later on in life and felt, it just chronicles a man's life.
Yep.
That whole song. And it's absolutely perfect. It's so perfect that I think I've mentioned this once before. I was dating a girl and I read her that song and told her I wrote it. But because knowing that she'll never hear the song anyway, I just read the lyrics and said, I wrote this for you.
And I was listening to my daughter one time, and she's like, why they keep saying Against the Wind so long at the end, you know? But I told her I can listen to that 5 minutes longer. It's that good.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Also, definitely my favorite of his album covers. That's a cool cover.
it is.
With the horse.
It's not my
so-
favorite album, but it's probably my favorite song by Bob Seger. So,
It's not my favorite album, but it's my favorite song by him. And when I moved out of my mom's house when I was 18, I was collecting all my stuff. I stopped. I went through her record collection. I still have it. I said, I'm taking this one with me. And I took her Against the Wind.
actually, Night Moves, the album, might even be better than
Night
Against
Moves
the
is my
Wind.
favorite of his albums.
To me, it's Stranger in Town.
I was like,
I
those
love
three
Fucking
are
One,
all
too.
amazing albums.
Stranger in Town.
That
I
was a
love it.
great run, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, serious.
Yeah.
And then all culminating with the live album 9 to Night.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah,
We
I
did that
think Jerry
review.
and I did a ranking of
We did.
Stranger in Town. We ranked all the tracks. That was a good,
Yeah.
solid show.
It was. We reviewed that on Freeform too, nine to night too, I
Yeah.
think too.
Oh, good job.
Well, with our former
And there's so
co-host.
much more we can do with Bob
Who?
Seger.
I don't know that dude.
But yeah, I mean, fuck, what a tune, dude. That's my number 10.
Yeah.
Let's go to number 9, Joe.
All right, so number 9. This is a band that started out in the late 70s with back-to-back 2 of my all-time favorite albums from any band. And then they took a little bit of a dip. I'm not as big of a fan of this album as actually a lot of people are. It's a popular album. I'm not as big a fan of this album, but one of my favorite songs from them is on this album. And that is The Police, Zenyatta Mandata, and the song is Driven to Tears.
Oh, not
One
Canary
of
Nicole
my-
Man.
I don't like that song.
I love Canary Nicole Man.
That is an annoying song right there.
I
to me.
love that song.
I love Don't Stand So Close to Me.
Just not the 86 version.
No.
Oh, no.
Mm-mm. But by
Nobody
far my
likes that
favorite,
version.
by far my favorite song on this album is Driven to Tears. Just
Yeah, it's a great song.
absolutely great track. definitely my favorite song on this album.
Ghost in a Machine is my favorite.
That is definitely a step up from this album
Yes.
again. And then Synchronicity is a great way to end it out. But to me, actually, this is probably my least favorite of the 5 Police albums.
Synchronicity is my least favorite, even though it has
Synchronicity would be my second to least favorite, and then Ghost in the Machine. And
it has my
the
favorite.
First 2 are just untouchable.
Synchronicity 2 is my favorite song.
Great song, great track. But yeah,
I like King of Pain.
King of Pain is my favorite song on that album.
Great, and then they got Mother and Mrs. Gradenko, and I'm like, fuck that. Or
but the single, I mean, has there ever been an album with such a great run of singles? I mean,
no. But the deep
those outfits they were wearing on that tour,
except Murder.
I mean,
Look by Numbers is a great song.
Look at the Synchronicity 2 music video. Those freaking like leather outfits.
Yeah, I mean, they're very colorful.
The singles, Synchronicity 2, King of Pain, Wrapped Around Your Finger, Every Breath You Take. Yeah, just such a great run of singles. But
non-single Murder by Numbers is amazing.
That is my second favorite song.
Yes.
Also, I like the fact when Sting gets on stage with Frank Zappa and the Mothers, they do Murder by Numbers.
And the funny thing is, it's Sting kind of scatting the lyrics to Murder by Numbers with a song with music that sounds nothing like Murder by Numbers, but it's awesome. It's just them playing like a kind of a jazz rhythm, and he's scatting the lyrics over top of it, and it's great.
Yeah, and I think it was an action about the RMCP.
The PMRC, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, the PMRC. I think
RMCP is Rocket Metal Combat Podcast.
Yeah, I know, right? I meant the PMRC.
And it was.
We love you, Ralph and Ian.
The story behind that is it was kind of spontaneous because he ran into Sting in the lobby of the hotel and says, "Hey, I love that song Murder by Numbers that you guys did." Because Frank Zappa's kind of weird like that. He just there's one song. He'll just pull like a song out from a band and be like, "Hey, I love that one song you guys did." Supernaut from Black Sabbath. He loved that song, but he's just like ran into Sting in the lobby. Said, "I love Murder by Numbers. You want to get up on stage and play it?" And Sting said, "Wait, your band knows Murder by Numbers?" And Frank Zappa said, "No, we'll just play something random. You can sing the lyrics." And that's what they did. They just played this random like jazzy beat, and he just sang the lyrics to Murder by Numbers over it.
What a genius, man! He's missed.
Yeah.
All right,
Andy. Is it my go?
Yep.
All right, I am going to go with off of Ozzy Osbourne. I am going to go off of Blizzard of Oz that was released in 1980. My favorite track on there, Mr. Crowley.
Great song.
Absolutely love Mr. Crowley. The way that he sings it, the lyrics are fantastic. Who wrote it? But I love it.
Wasn't Sharon.
But yeah, Ozzy.
Gene Simmons wrote it.
Of course he did. He wrote it all.
That's a great fucking song, dude.
Yeah.
You know, that reminds me. That reminds me of a show that I want to do sometime. I'm going to do a show one time with songs that are over fucking played. You heard it a million times, but if you think about it,
it's a lot of Led Zeppelin songs in that episode.
A lot of great, but they were really great songs. I was listening to Sweet Emotion today.
Leonard Skinner, Aerosmith.
I was listening to Sweet Emotion today, and man, I was like, you hear the song every 5 minutes, but I thought about the song, and what a great fucking song. The bass riff, how it starts out.
That came on the radio for me like yesterday. I was like, damn, this is a really good song.
It really fucking is, dude. That's probably the most overplayed Rush song.
Oh yeah.
But it's a great song.
It is. I never get tired of it. But it's
like the start of it.
Like Stairway to Heaven, Led Zeppelin.
Rock and roll. Let's not give them all away.
Okay.
All right, Mark, go ahead.
All right, I'm going to go for some rock and roll now because I went some new wave pop shit. You know, I don't want no class reunion. The circus just left town. Fools by Van Halen from Women and Children First. That is my favorite song off Women and Children First. I've always liked that lyric right there. I don't want the class reunion. The circus just left town. I fucking just love the lyrics on that song. It says, All my teachers all gave up on me no matter what they say. I disagree. Fucking, it's just like, shit, this reminds me of when I was in school. They fucking didn't like me. They didn't fucking care for me. That song hits hard for me. That's me. I fucking love that song. Great fucking song. Fools. Best song off Women and Children First, even though the album's amazing.
I mean,
Bushy, you
it's not, but
suck.
I'm glad you think that.
OU8 Win 2 is not better than Women and Children First or Fair Warning. Thank you.
Not even close.
No, I agree.
It's not
And
even
I
in the
love
same
OU8 Win 2.
hemisphere.
Yeah.
I love OU8 Win 2.
I,
All right.
I'm on that same boat, Mark. I love OU8 too, but no, it doesn't
No,
touch those
no,
albums.
no.
All right.
Fools,
Good
Van
night.
Halen, man.
All right. My pick is a cover song, actually,
Oh,
and it's by Iron Maiden, but it wasn't released on an album. It was released as a B-side, and I think it was released on a couple compilation things.
Yeah.
Their cover of the Skyhooks classic "Women in Uniform," man.
That's a good one.
Love that. I love their version. I kind of like
They
the
hate
Skyhooks
it.
version. I loved it. I thought it was a fucking awesome. Even the Skyhooks version was kind of weird, but it was still kind of cool. Completely different. Completely
from what-
different.
That was the song that got Dennis Stratton fired
Pretty much, yeah. But I loved
because
it, man.
he went behind their backs to reproduce it.
Oh, really?
yeah. You know, I got that on a 12-inch where the Drifter is on side one and
Mhm.
Women in Uniforms on side two.
Like I think the story is he went behind their backs to the producer because it was before they got Martin Birch. I think.
Oh, yeah.
Because he
Wasn't on
didn't
the
produce
first one,
Martin
yeah.
Bruce didn't produce the first album. It was Dennis Stratton and the producer went back in the studio and completely re-edited the mix, and the rest of the band hated it so much that they fired both of them.
I think was that Adrian Smith actually in the video? I mean,
Yes. Yeah, because
remember right,
by
yeah,
the time
so-
by the time they put the song out,
Yep.
they fired
Right.
Dennis Stratton because of the song.
pretty much, yeah. I love that song. I mean, I
Oh,
thought
I
it was
love it too. Great
catchy.
track.
Even the cheesy video with the guy running
Yeah.
around the rubber Eddie mask and the two hot nurses.
The nurses.
Yeah. I've always dug that song. And I first heard it off when they released their 12 Wasted Years VHS. I bought that in like the 80s. And the first time I heard that was on that. And I just love that song, dude. I thought it was pretty kick ass, man.
I got to check. They put most of their music videos on here. I got to see if the music video is on here.
Anyway, that's my number 9. Women in Uniform, Iron Maiden. Let's go with your number 8, Joe.
Oh yes, actually, the music video is on this DVD. I'm surprised they put the music video on here.
Oh, okay.
For Women in Uniform, even though they hate the song. My number 8, an album that features one of my favorite album covers of all time, Blue Oyster Cult, called Source Erectus. Picking Black Blade, the song that opens the album. Absolutely killer, heavy, fast track. Just that opening guitar riff is so cool. Just weird, like kind of creepy song. Great way to open this album. Black Blade, Blue Oyster Cult.
All right, Andy.
Yeah, I'm trying to plug in my thing, but not plug in my thing. You know what I mean. So,
I don't want you to plug in your thing.
Yeah,
I'm good.
my next track on my K-Tel album, Black Sabbath, Children of the Sea.
Bitch.
Now, I know that I've said before about Dio being Black Sabbath. It's not that I don't like it. I absolutely love it, but I just don't put it. I just prefer Ozzy better. But Children of the Sea is another iconic, great, epic track. So Children of the Sea is what I'm going to go with. I wanted to go with a title track though, but I was going back and forth on that.
That's in
But
my
K-Tel always goes off the hit.
Children of the Sea was in my honorable
Yeah.
mentions, but I wanted to pick different.
I'm doing a mark tonight. I have a bunch of them on here, but if you guys mention one, I'm taking it off and going to do another
Honorable
one, so.
mentions. Children of the Sea was there.
I had
So
Ace
I'm
of
taking
Spades,
that off.
Children of the. I mean, I remember Tomorrow on there too. Children of the Sea. I had all those on it, but I have extras. I have backups. I'm pulling a mark tonight. There were a lot of good songs, so it doesn't really.
Yeah, there is.
Nobody's picked any of mine yet, so I'm good.
Well, why don't you go ahead?
Me?
Yep.
I'm gonna
Your
go
turn.
with 1980 Prince, "Dirty Mind," the title track, "Dirty Mind." Fucking, there's something about you, baby. It happens all the time. Whenever I'm around you, baby, I get a dirty mind. I love that fucking song. So funky and sexy. It's just like one of his fucking. I think he opened for the Rolling Stones on this tour, and he got booed off the stage. And this is like fucking, I love the Rolling Stones bringing Prince on there. That's an amazing. Hey, let's get this guy on here. We like him. You know, they were doing the emotional rescue, which is kind of like that kind of Prince funk. So I get it, man. It's a great fucking song, man. I love it.
All right, my next song is I'm going to go a little yacht rock here.
Yeah.
And who's the second king of yacht rock? Michael McDonald's probably the king of yacht rock, but who's number 2? Come on. Who would you say?
Christopher Cross.
Absolutely.
I knew you were going to pick that.
Sailing. What a great fucking song.
Oh.
I don't care what anybody says. I love that fucking song.
I got him on my honorable mentions, but not that song.
I mean, what a fucking great tune that is. And what a great song to chill out to and just relax your mind to.
You know what, Jared? Remember I told you I didn't used to like him, and then you got me into him, and I'm like listening to him all the time now. Sailing. It's like, what? I can't wait. I'm seeing him and Toto and Men at Work.
I am too. Looking forward to it. I'm glad to see he's doing well. I know COVID hit him pretty well. He was in the hospital for a long time with it. And I was kind of worried about him, but I think he recovered from it. Thank God. I fucking love Christopher Cross. I don't care what anybody says, man. That debut album was a total fucking, I mean, great album. I mean, it won like all the Grammys that year.
I'm just thinking the Pretenders should have won Best New Band. No,
I mean, I like that album better. I love the Pretenders, but I love that Christopher Cross debut album too.
But the Pretenders should have won Best New Band. Yeah, that's just me. It's a Grammys, you know. But I'm just gonna say, Aaron Camaro and Chris Czynszak are probably gonna see that same show we're seeing, Jerry. They were talking about it.
Well, then maybe I will see them there.
Yeah. Well, cool. Aaron says he's going to Florida, and they're playing there. He's probably gonna see it in Florida.
Oh, okay.
Well, Chris will probably see it where you're at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Ascend Amphitheater. All right, that's my number 8, Christopher Cross, Sailing, off his awesome debut album. So we'll go to number 7, Joe.
All right, so keeping up my theme of opening tracks from albums, this is an album that, in the grand scheme of things, of all the albums that I like from this band, this might be my like second to least favorite of the 6 or 7 albums that I truly love by this band. But it's still a great album. And the opening track especially features some killer guitar work. And that is off of the REO Speedwagon classic High Infidelity. Don't Let Him Go. The opening track from High Infidelity.
Mark
kind of fades in with the
written by Gary Richrath.
And features some amazing guitar work by Gary Richrath on that track. Some smoking guitar. I will once again show off the REO Speedwagon Classic Years box set.
I love the Cow album.
That's on this box set, which features a cow pattern.
I can't even find that on CD anymore.
The early years and the classic years.
But I don't want the Terry Murphy shit.
Yeah, but I mean, this box set is the only way you can get the full live album on 2 discs.
Oh, really?
It's the full live album.
I got Live What You Play For on vinyl. Doesn't it have that?
It's the full version on here on the CD.
The vinyl is the same, right?
Yeah, but this is the only time that's the full version.
Oh, now you make me want to get that. Fuck.
Plus a ton of bonus tracks and stuff too. So
I'm not like one of these guys that complete this. If I don't like those albums, I won't buy them. I don't like the first 2.
Yeah, it's gotta be a band that I really like. If I'm going to be a completist, it's gotta be a band I really like.
You bought
Crash for me in this box set. In this box set, it has. I love the first 2 albums. I hate the Murphy stuff, but it has the Cow album and it has the full 2-disc live album. So that's 5 discs of the 8 that I love.
I might get that then. I have REO 2 already though.
This one has a 2-disc version of You Can Tune a Piano.
Ooh.
A 2-disc version of High Infidelity on here.
Ooh.
And then it has everything up to The Earth, a Small Man, His Dog, and a Chicken on this box set.
Oh, I love that album.
Plus a bonus live CD on this too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you know what? Like if I don't get fired, I'm buying those CDs.
2 great boxes.
You won't get fired, Mark. You've been there for too long, man.
Oh no, Andy, you missed the story.
There
was a story,
but I didn't.
I'm not going to say it online because I don't want to get fired.
All right, that's fine. All right, and my number.
Yep.
Am I next? I am going to go with the debut album, "On Through the Night" by Def Leppard.
Nice.
I'm going to go with the lead-off track, "Rock Brigade."
Oh,
because if there's any band that screams British metal of heavy, new wave of British heavy metal is them, even though they kind of shy away from it now. But a fact's the fact. They rode in on that train.
I would have listened to the Master. Love that fucking song. Great album.
Well, I went with Rock Brigade.
Great song too, man. Great song too.
Yeah, and I do like the first two REO Speedwagon albums. I love those albums.
The second one's better.
Yeah,
I
I
love
really
the
like
debut.
the guitar work on both of them were just killer. Man.
Golden Country. Great fucking song.
Yeah,
God,
yeah. And I was so surprised I was able to find those on vinyl a couple months ago.
I
I'm so
haven't got
excited about
REO
that.
2 on vinyl. I need that. But
I got them both on vinyl. I think one was $5 and one was $6. I think.
Yeah, I think mine were like 3 each.
Yeah.
I have the debut on vinyl, but I don't have REO 2.
All right, Mark.
Well, shit, I picked out the same album that you picked, High Infidelity. But I almost went with Keep On Loving You, but everybody knows that song.
Great
But
track. Great track.
I love Tough Guys. You know, they got brains all where
That
they
is
sit.
that is one REO song I never liked.
They think they're full of
They
fire.
play it all the time.
Doesn't
She
like the
thinks
tough
they're full of
guys.
shit.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
just-
like it how they fucking go, Alfalfa, will you sweet me before we have lunch? You know, they're sitting there, him and Gary Richraff are doing that whole shtick on stage. I fucking love it. It's like good memories watching that live on the Wheels of Turning tour when they did that. I just love it. It's funny as fuck.
I compare that song with In My Dreams as far as bad
I
songs
love
by
In My
REO.
Dreams.
Oh, I hate that fucking song.
And we climb.
Oh, okay, don't sing it,
stop,
please.
we fly. Let the
So no,
world
tough
go
Guys is
on.
probably my least favorite song on High Infidelity.
Well, you
Yeah.
picked Take It on a Run, which was my song.
I said Don't Let It Go.
Don't Let It Go.
Yeah.
So that's a great fucking song. So I had to change. But I
You
love
could have
Tough
gone
Guys.
with Follow Your Heart. Ooh, that's a great track.
But my mom loved Tough Guys, so that's why I went with that one.
Oh,
All right. Well, my next one is the album came out in 79 again, Damn the Torpedoes.
ooh,
But the song I'm going to pick is Refugee, man.
Okay,
What
cool.
a-
You didn't pick mine.
What a great fucking song that is, dude. That is
that's a great album. Oh, man,
I mean,
album.
again, that's probably my favorite Tom Petty song. You know, these songs that came out in 1980 are my favorite songs by some of these bands, and I have a couple more coming up too. What again, you're talking about a song you hear every fucking day and never get tired of. There you go, Refugee. Great fucking song, dude. People don't give the Heartbreakers enough credit, dude. But
Yeah,
Tom's
they do.
backing band was fucking.
They don't give Mike
don't.
Campbell enough credit. That's
True
what
enough.
I said.
I mean, I don't think Mike Campbell should be up there with one of the greats, but he's definitely.
What the fuck are you
respected.
talking about?
Oh, absolutely. Compare him to who? You would compare him to Gilmore, Page, Van Halen.
I would compare him to Gilmore and Page.
Oh, come on, Mark.
Dude, he has his own sound. He plays with the songs. He
I'm
doesn't-
not saying he's definitely very well respected and
he's
underrated.
great.
Absolutely. Come
Yeah.
on, dude.
But come on.
I'm sorry.
He's-
Can we pause for a
he's-
second? Mark, did you just use he plays with the songs
plays
as
with the songs.
as a reasoning for why he is in the same
No,
league
but the
as
thing is,
Jimmy
Tom,
Page
Tom Petty
and David Gilmour?
I'm just gonna say Tom Petty said about Mike Campbell, the guy could
Yeah.
shred if he wants to. Listen to "Running Down a Dream,"
Oh,
That's a great solo.
Man's a
Listen
great,
to that solo
the
in
man's
that.
a great guitar player.
but he
Amazing.
plays for
He's
the
not
song.
Jimmy
He doesn't
Page.
play for his ego. I didn't say it was Jimmy Page. I said he's up there with them.
No, he's
He's on my
Not.
top 10 guitar players of all time.
That's fine. That's your favorite guitar. One of your favorite guitars. That's fine.
Yeah,
He is.
yeah.
But you're smoking crack if you think it's. I'm
Well,
just kidding.
fuck
dude. Whatever.
it.
It's your opinion.
Don't
I'm
do
giving
me
you your
like
opinion.
that. The solos that this
Dude,
fucking-
he's a great guitar player. You're thinking
So
like I'm not saying
harmonic.
he sucks.
Nobody sounds like Mike Campbell. Great guitar players have their own sound. Put them in there, man.
Nobody sounds like David Gilmour either.
No, I didn't say nobody sounds like Jimmy Page. Nobody sounds like Eddie Van Halen. Nobody sounds like Mike Campbell.
You know what
That's
made Jimmy Page a great guitar player? His sloppiness. That's what you can determine Jimmy Page. Sloppy, but it fit his style to the fucking T, man. And one of the best acoustic players ever too. But
Yeah.
I mean, no, I respect Mike Campbell. He's a great guitar player.
I love Mike Campbell. You know that. I mean,
Yeah.
I absolutely love Mike Campbell, but
Guy's also a great songwriter, by the way.
That whole album, man, is fucking incredible, dude. And that's my favorite
that's
song.
my
off
favorite
it.
Tom Petty album. And I love a lot of Tom Petty albums, but
Yeah.
damn, they're torpedoes.
You know,
Amazing.
Tom Petty told Mike Campbell. Mike Campbell goes, "Come on, man, I'm writing the songs with you. Why can't I get
They
even
hard.
money?" And then Tom Petty goes, "Because I'm Tom Petty."
Walmart, Walmart,
Mark, Mark,
Walmart, Walmart actually has hard promises on sale for $19. I think I'm going to buy that one.
I got
So,
that.
there you go. Mark, here's what I'll say. This is how I tend, in my opinion, that he's not in the same league as the rest of the people that you mentioned.
I didn't say he was. I said he's in my top 10.
No, you did say he is up there with them, Mark. You did.
Well, he is because he has his
Um,
own sound.
Here's what I'll say though. If I listen to a Pink Floyd song, I know it's a Pink Floyd song because I can tell right away David Gilmour's playing. If I listen to a Led Zeppelin song, I can immediately identify it because Jimmy Page is playing. If I listen to a Tom Petty song, if it's one that I don't already know, it is not until Tom Petty's voice comes in that I can tell you it's a Tom Petty song.
No, I could hear Mike Campbell's guitar.
It is not nearly as identified, but you're also a gigantuan, huge Tom Petty fan.
Exactly. Listen to those
If
last
to
two
someone
albums they made.
I have them. You made me buy them, and I think they're great, Mark.
Fantastic.
You won. You did. You made me buy them. They are awesome. I appreciate that from you. But to someone coming in off the street who's not a diehard Tom Petty fan, Mike Campbell is not nearly as recognizable of a guitar player as Jimmy Page, David Gilmour,
Well,
Eddie Van Halen, especially.
He's like number 7 on my top 10, so I agree with that. You know, Gilmour's up there.
Cool.
Eddie's number 1. Gilmour's number 2. You know,
But
one of the best solos of all time is
some of those people that talk about Jimi Hendrix, Jimmy Page, Randy
Brian
Rhoads,
May.
Eddie Van Halen,
But the
Brian
thing is-
May.
thing
You
is-
immediately, just from their guitar sound, know who they are.
Same thing.
I don't think you can say that necessarily about
Maybe you
Mike
need to
Richie
dive more into
Blackmore.
Tom Petty because I
Richie
hear
Blackmore. Yes,
listen to the Dirty Knobs. You know that's fucking Mike Campbell's new band, the Dirty Knobs. Really good shit. You
Yeah.
could tell that's him.
I think he's a great guitar player, but I don't
Yeah.
think that he's necessarily like if you just played a riff from one of his songs. I don't think you could, to someone who is not a diehard fan, like you could for all those guitars I just named. I don't think he's recognizable in the same way.
Well, he's not. I think those guitar players are better, but he's
Did not
up
fit
there.
with Fleetwood Mac either.
Hey, the thing is, I like Lindsey Buckingham better than Mike Campbell. I think
That's
he's
another
underrated
guitar
also.
player who's
Yes,
very recognizable.
very recognizable. Yeah.
All right, Joe, number
Man.
6. Number 6, Joe.
All right, time for a ballad break.
Number 6 or number 7? I didn't do number 7.
I don't know, whatever number.
Oh, number
we're on,
6.
I'm not
Number
counting.
7.
No, we're on number 6.
Well, I just did Aria Speedwagon. Number 8.
You must have missed. You missed one then.
I don't know, but I'm on number 7.
I don't know. Anyway, Nazareth.
Oh,
Cool album. Not one of my favorite Nazareth albums, but it's a good album, Malice in Wonderland. But the song Hearts Grown Cold on this album is one of my favorite ballads that Nazareth ever did. Beautiful track. Dan McCafferty's vocals on this are phenomenal. Just a really great track. Hearts Grown Cold by Nazareth off of the Malice in Wonderland.
Yeah, I like Nazareth now. I never, like you said, you got me into that, man. They're a cool band. All right, Andy, what do you got?
I will say Mike Campbell owns Mojo. Mojo is a badass album because of Mike Campbell. Oh, and that right there, he switched styles. It's fantastic. I am going to end my side 1 with an epic track. You guys know me. That I'm an epic track guy to end a side. And it's going to have to fall into the new wave of British heavy metal. It's got to be Iron Maiden. It's got to be Phantom of the Opera.
Hell yeah.
That doesn't get any more epic to end the side. I absolutely love that song. It's my favorite track off their debut album. I think it's phenomenal. I even think that I think Bruce does a good job of it too on Live After Death. So I'm going to go with Phantom of the Opera. That's going to end my side 1.
And I'm probably the only one that likes their Ghost cover of that. So,
Hey, you're right. I had 2 number 8, so I had to take one out. My bad.
but you guys did, Joe. You didn't pick Shadara Sanders. I thought you guys were going to get him, man. They were all talking about him. So
We need defense more.
Who's
you
picking
did.
him?
nobody
Nobody
yet. He's on
has
board.
yet.
I think he's a waste.
I think he is too.
Yeah.
Who is? Wait, who?
Shadar Sanders.
Oh, but they just retired his jersey.
Yeah,
Oh, that was the
Colorado.
dumbest. That was the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Horrible. That is horrible.
How do you retire the numbers of two kids that just graduated?
Did they ever retire Joe Montana at Notre Dame?
Nope.
Notre Dame
Did they
doesn't
ever
retire
no. UCLA
number 3?
Anything? No. Okay.
They should retire. I don't know. Whatever. I mean, unless it's something really special.
I mean, most colleges don't retire numbers.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Because
I didn't think they really did.
Because you have like 150 players on your roster and only a certain number of numbers.
Yeah, you're right. You can't have 3 digits
The
on your
Yankees
jersey.
retire too many numbers.
Yeah.
That's too many.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Yankees that don't deserve it.
Yeah, I agree.
Like Paul O'Neill.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
All right. Where are we at now? We're on Mark?
6, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I had 2 number 8, so I just took 1 out. I'm gonna go with "And a Problem Comes Along. You must whip it till the creature comes along.
Yeah.
Till you whip it." That video was awesome when I was a kid. I know it gets away. Till you whip it. I said, whip it good. And Devo, man, that fucking song rules.
Yeah.
Great band. Why aren't they in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Fucking they rule. That's just my opinion.
They don't rule.
They do rule. They are like different. Nobody sounds like.
I'm
Devo.
sorry, Devo's a novelty band.
Exactly.
Well, I might come with another band you think's novelty later.
Probably.
The thing with Devo is that they are very eclectic.
Yes.
And they really do. They've got a good, strong following, and they are very, very respected by their peers.
Don't you think they're like Frank Zappa-ish?
No.
Mark.
I'm saying eclecticness. They do what they wanted. They didn't like go for.
See, that is like the most generalized version of Frank Zappa you could ever say. Oh, Frank Zappa's eclectic. Yeah, but that's not what Frank Zappa's
No,
about.
I'm just saying that Frank Zappa did what he wanted.
Devo feels eclectic to be eclectic.
Okay.
Frank Zappa just kind of did whatever he felt like.
I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Devo feels eclectic on purpose. Frank Zappa is not.
All right. Well, my next pick is an album that came out in '79, but this single was released in 1980. The only really good album he was been on, the great Timothy B. Schmidt. I can't tell you why, man.
Great
what
song.
A beautiful fucking song that is, dude.
Yeah.
What a voice. I mean,
I think he has one of the
and still has that voice.
Still has it. It sounds just like they've always pretty much sounded like the record live, but man, what a vocal, dude. And what a great tune. I love that. Boom, boom, boom. Bam, bam, bam. That's a song you realize, you know what the song it is. It's so well fucking done, dude. Just it's beautiful. Timothy's vocal, great solo by Don at the end. Just incredible tune, dude.
Yeah.
You know what?
I also like that track he did on Hell Freezes Over.
Yeah,
Love
I
Will
did
Keep
too.
Us Together.
Love will keep us alive.
You know what I heard today?
That's Captain and Tennille, man. That's Captain and Tennille.
I heard Billy Corgan's podcast. He's talking to the Leo brothers on his podcast.
Oh yeah.
And he brought up Yes. He loves Yes. And he said he saw John Anderson and the Band Geeks, and they were doing those like young members doing the Yes songs, but his voice was still there in the same key.
Mm-hmm.
And they said they don't.
Oh yeah, you listen to that. You listen to that new live album they just put out with him and the Band Geeks. Sounds just like he did.
Yeah, it's just like he asked John, he says, "How do you do that? Maybe it's genetics." He goes, he doesn't know.
I mean, Tommy Shaw's the same way. It's one of those things, I guess.
Amazing.
You look at some guys that just blew their voices out, some that their voices just naturally faded, and then you have guys like Tommy Shaw and John Anderson, Timothy B. Schmidt, and people like that just sound like they never aged.
Yeah.
I would put Sammy Hagar in that category
I would too.
His voice has hang in there. I'll give him that much. It still sounds the same shitty, but
yeah.
but no, in all seriousness, his voice has held out. Yeah.
But I would like
his voice has held out more than Ross had.
But I would like to see the Band Geeks and John Anderson live, man, because I heard they're really good. So
I had the opportunity last year, and I think I was busy the night because it was like in the middle of the week. But they came around here, and I wish I would have gone because I didn't realize that Richie Castellano from Blue Oyster Cult is part of that.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
He's like the musical director of that, just like he is for Blue Oyster Cult. But he's amazing. I would have loved to see that.
Yeah.
You know, when I went to go see Yes last year, but it was okay because I got to hear, you know, my guitars,
Mhm.
but the
Yeah.
vocals were just
No.
weren't there.
They're
You know,
not
it's
Yes
just
without
The guy they had,
Squire
Davidson,
or
is not
Anderson. No.
great.
no, he doesn't do it because John Anderson sounds like nobody else, and nobody
Yeah.
else sounds like him. And when he's telling these long, long tales, that's why you listen to these long Yes tales because of John Anderson's
Yeah.
voice. And
Even
when
though the
someone
lyrics
else
make no
is doing
sense.
that, yeah, when someone else
Right.
is
I
going
seen all
on,
good people turn their heads these days, so satisfied. What the fuck does that mean?
Wow, it's almost like John Anderson's on the show.
Yeah. I couldn't tell
Well,
the
that
difference.
would be. I seen all good people. No, that's worse.
Oh, Mark, no, oh, please, no.
I was trying to sing
Again, his voice, him and Trevor sang so good together,
Oh,
man.
yeah,
Like
they
changes
did.
and shit like that. I mean, they really did have great chemistry,
yeah, they really
vocal
had really good
wise.
harmony.
Another guy that hasn't lost his voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Glenn Hughes. Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, check out Trevor Rabin's last album, Rio. It's really good if you
Really
haven't heard
good,
it yet.
yeah.
Really good. All right. 5, Joe.
I'm gonna do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. What are you gonna do?
Oh, mask. Oh, God.
What song?
I do like this album quite a bit.
Enjoy.
But by far my favorite song on this album is Naked City. Easily
Oh,
by
yeah.
far. Great, amazing track. So Naked City from Kiss Unmasked. Just not a song you expect Gene Simmons to sing, but it's a great track. It's a really cool in the pocket kind of groovy pop track. Has some funk in there. I mean, it's just a really, really good song on a album.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some great stuff on here. There's some really bad stuff on here.
Oh, she's so
Naked
European.
City.
That song sucks.
Yeah,
Oh,
that song sucks.
Last
You're
night
all that I
picked
want.
Torpedo Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bad one. That's a great song. I like
Yeah.
Shandy. I mean, that's a great.
Shandy's
that's a great
great.
song.
I like quite a bit.
Talk
of
to
Paul
me. I
stuff.
like that.
Talk to me.
I mean,
Yeah.
Last night I picked Tomorrow as my one.
Outside the Point.
That's a good song. Yeah, Tomorrow. Yeah. So Naked City off Kiss Unmasked. Oh my God, it's Kiss.
All right, Andy.
Yeah, now I flip my K-Tel. And I'm going from new wave of British heavy metal. I'm going to go to English post-punk. Now I'm going to start off with the Vapors, Turning Japanese. I really think so. I think I'm turning Japanese. I think I'm right, Charlie. What do you think, Charlie? My cat doesn't give a shit. But it's Turning Japanese by the Vapors.
That's like, you know, that song's about.
Yes, Mark. Thank
Okay.
you very much for that
You're welcome.
motion.
I like
with
that
the
song
sexual
too.
commentary. Tonight.
It's a great. I just went motion.
Yeah, well, thank you for that, Mark.
Oh, I do like that song. It's a great song.
Oh, it's a good song. Yeah.
What brilliant commentary from Mark.
Yeah. He's the
I
show's
wasn't
color
gonna-
man. He's the best color
I was
man in
just
the business.
gonna-
All right, Mark, go ahead, man.
All right. So I had to skip a song because I fucked up and had two number 8. So I'm gonna go with Damn the Torpedoes, but I ain't going with Refugee. I'm going with Don't Do Me Like That. I love that fucking song. Baby, baby, baby. Don't do me like that. I just love the rhythm and the groove of that song. I love Refugee, but fucking Don't Do Me Like That is a better song for me. But it's released in '79 and Century City wasn't a single, so I couldn't release that. I couldn't say that. I love
hey,
Century
Mark.
City.
Might want to pick a different song.
I looked at it. It says top songs of 1980. Don't Do Me Like That was on.
Don't
the
Do Me Like
Billboard
That
list.
was released as a single November 5th, 1979.
Okay, but it said it went into 1980 on the Billboard
Close
top.
On the
enough.
charts.
On the charts, yeah.
It wasn't
Oh.
released in 1980, though.
But it was on the charts.
Oh,
so-
Jesus Christ, Mark. Now we're really taking it too far.
Close
Oh,
enough.
whatever. Any song on that album rules.
At least Refugee was actually released as a single in 1980.
It said, yeah, but this song was above Refugee on the top songs in 1980.
But it wasn't released in 1980.
But it sold a lot in 1980, so that kind of counts. Come on, I looked up the Billboard charts. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I always have a
Mark,
fuck
you want to
up.
know? Mark, you want to know what is like number 50 on the Billboard albums chart right now? Dark Side of the Moon.
Well,
You think
we
that
know
was released last week?
Okay, I fucked up then. Let it go. Let it go.
All right. My next pick is a song, probably one of the most recognizable intros ever. As soon as you hear that bell kick in, dong, and that
Yeah.
riff.
Hell's bells.
Holy shit. Still fucking an amazing song in my opinion. Hell's Bells, man. I mean, come on, dude. What a great fucking song that is, man. I say that about all these, but dude, man, I mean, every time that bell every time just fucking gets me so psyched for that song, dude. Killer ass riff by Angus, man. A great fucking rocking tune, dude. Love that song, man. So Hell's Bells is my number 5. All right, number 4, Joe.
One of my favorite Rush songs of all time,
Rush.
Free Will. Just
I would choose Free Will.
amazing. The lyrics on this, Getty's bass playing, Neil's drumming, Alex's guitar playing are just all on top tier on this song. I almost went with Jacob's Ladder, my second favorite song off
Jacob's
this album.
Ladder. Oh god, I love this.
Oh, it's an amazing track.
Entree New. Oh
yeah.
my god.
Which is one of that the Rush tribute band I saw played that song live. But yeah, Free Will. One of my probably in my top 5 favorite Rush songs of all time. Just
Yeah.
such a classic.
Fucking amazing
So,
album. I didn't pick
go
any
Free Will.
Rush songs because
this might be my favorite Rush album. This might be.
Mine's
Presto
Hold
is
Your
mine.
Fire. Joking. I do like that album. All right.
Andy, it looks like you're holding an etch a sketch, Andy.
It
Huh?
does.
Looks like you're holding an etch a sketch.
Oh no, I'm looking at the text inspector.
Because it looks big right next to the camera.
Yeah, it's just my phone.
All right, well, go ahead, man. Go ahead, take your pick.
Oh, all right. Is it my turn already?
Yep. Sure is.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna go with a band that I think Mark and I both enjoy, and I am gonna go with Echo and the Bunnymen. I'm going with "Do It Clean."
Good one. I forgot about
Love that song. I love that guitar by them. Echo and the Bunnymen should have been bigger. They really should have.
God. Their version of People Are Strange on the Lost Boys soundtrack. I thought it was the Doors at first. So good.
So that's my second pick on that album.
We need to review an Echo and the Bunnymen on Freemover. Porcupine.
All right. My next pick is my favorite Stevie Nicks song off Tusk album, which is Sarah. Love that fucking song.
I knew we were gonna pick that one, dude.
Tusk is such an amazing album, dude. I like it better than Rumors. It has my favorite Christine McVie song and Over, and it's got my favorite Stevie song, Sarah. Sarah's a weird song. It's a beautiful song. It's got a great flow. There's no really, chorus, verse, bridge structure to it. It's a weird song the way it's written.
It is weird. You're right.
But it's such a very well produced song. Give Lindsay a lot of credit for, that was pretty much Lindsay's album as far as production of it, I think, and all that. And I think he did an amazing job. He was the
creative guy of that. He's the one who got that sound. It's all him.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nothing spectacular as far as music instrument wise, nothing flashy. Just a solid 5.5, 6 minute song all the way through, man. Harmonies are great. The music's great. All right. To me, it's just a fucking great song. I absolutely fucking love it. So we'll move on to number 3, Joe.
Number 3.
Did you skip me?
No, you said, wait, did we skip you?
You skipped me. You skipped
What'd you pick?
Well,
then pick it then. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, my number 3 is...
number 4.
Number 4 is You I Will Follow. If you walk away, walk away, walk away, walk away, I will follow. I fucking love that song. I think it's off the Boy album. I'm not sure. Yeah.
The live version is so much better.
Yeah. Well, any live version by U2 is way better than this.
Yeah, but that particularly the Under a Blood Red Sky.
Oh yeah, that's a great.
The
live.
versions of those songs are better than any other versions of those songs.
But I do love the studio track, and it's great, man. It's my introduction. Well, almost my
Well, actually,
introduction.
I think that was. I think I will follow. That was a single before Boy, wasn't it? Like I don't think it was on the album, was it?
It was on the album, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. I looked up the album date.
I knew
on
they,
this
they,
one.
they no, I'm just saying I wasn't there like something that they released that wasn't on an album. I knew it
They
was
had an EP.
released in,
I got the EP here, you know.
I knew it was released in 1980, but I think there was one that like wasn't on an album, I thought.
Oh, I don't. That song was on there though.
Okay. Yeah, see, I don't know too much. Like,
Yeah, October.
oh yeah, no, I will
Boy.
follow was, yeah.
Yep.
I feel like there was something they released beforehand. I don't know what it was, but
All right, well then I guess we'll go to Joe again. Now we'll start over again.
Number 3.
Start the rotation.
number 3.
Puff Puff
Oh,
Pass Pass.
It was 11 o'clock TikTok that wasn't on an album. That's
Yeah,
what it was.
That's a great song too.
Scorpions, a little bit of Animal Magnetism. Gonna go with the song that closes out the album, the title track to Animal Magnetism. Big deep cut, heavy, dark track. Really great closing track on this album. It's a song I don't really hear people talk about a lot, but really, really great closing track, the title track from Animal Magnetism by the Scorpions.
Oh, are you talking about the zoo or no?
No, the title track, Animal
Oh, okay.
Magnetism.
Oh, I love the zoo. Oh,
All right, Andy, why don't you go ahead? Number 3.
the zoo was on my actual list, but then I'm like, they're not from Britain, they're from Germany. So I had to take it off. Even though they were a part of that movement, but they were.
Yeah, I love
Germany.
Andy, man. He sticks to a subject, he sticks to it, man, all the way through.
Even though side two's been a flop so far. But my third track on side 2 is going to be The Police, Don't Stand So Close to Me. I love that song. That's one of my favorite songs by them. Of course, their albums are all right, but to me, they were a stronger singles band. They just were.
Yeah.
But yeah, The Police.
I
Don't
agree.
Stand So Close.
I agree. Yeah.
For me, the first 2 albums, the deep cuts are amazing, but as it went along, I think the next 3 albums, the deep cuts aren't as good.
Yeah. I mean, they really got singles oriented, which is fine. Some bands are just like that, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
But
a lot of radio songs, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Mark, what do you got?
Okay, they released this album in 1981, but they had an EP before this album in 1980. I'm gonna go with "Violent Love" by frickin' Oingo Boingo, 1980.
The
So I gotta
Boingo
get-
makes an appearance.
I gotta get the Boingo.
Knew
in
that
there.
was coming.
Well, it was an EP. They barely made it because 81 is when they started really making full albums. But they had on that EP, they had Only Lad, Violent Love, This Ain't the Life, and I'm So Bad. Only a 4-song EP. So I love this band. I think Danny Elfman is a freaking genius. But you guys don't like it, that's fine. You enjoy that new Ghost album that came out.
Oh, I
We will.
I do not like their new one that came out, the third song. I don't like
Really?
that song
I
at all.
loved the third one too.
It is too much. I don't think I'm ever, because there were some songs off the last album it took me a while to like, but I don't see myself liking that one. It's just too it's too glossy and poppy. I get their poppy
See,
to a certain extent.
Jerry, I'm interested to see what you think about the rest of the album because
I am too.
I heard a like a 5-second snippet of every song.
Mhm.
That is not the poppiest song on the album
Oh no. Oh no.
by far. There's several that are lighter and
No,
popular.
I like some pop songs by Ghost, but yeah, I don't care for their what's it called?
I like
Something with
Rats.
P, I think.
Peacefield.
Peacefield, that's it. Yeah.
I like Rap.
Maybe I will, but the last songs I wanted to go back and re-listen to them. This song, like I was sitting there like this.
I really liked it. But
Maybe I will.
I just said I like Rats. I like a Ghost.
Great
It's a
track.
great song.
great
Yeah.
track.
Our former co-host got mad when I said it did.
That's what I want to. That's what I want to hear more of from Ghost.
Yeah.
And from Tobias.
They haven't done anything like
I'd
that
rather hear.
since,
I like his vocal tone on that song "Rats." He should sing more like that.
But
That was
the first
Rats.
two songs off it I love.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, Rats and Faith were the last time they did anything
Oh.
nearly that heavy.
Well, I don't know. Call Me Little Sunshine is a pretty banger
But
song too, man.
oh yeah, that's my favorite song off that album. But it's not like heavy and fast like Faith
No,
and Rats are.
Spillways. They had
Yeah.
which I did like Spillways at first either.
Spillways is my second favorite song off that album.
But all right. My favorite Ghost song is Absolution. That's my favorite song.
Great track.
Hey, so what happened here? Did the Texans trade their pick?
Did they?
Let me see.
Because they were on.
Maybe they have no money.
clock.
They must have.
Oh yes, they traded it to the Giants.
So where's their number one pick?
They don't
They
have
don't
one,
have one
probably.
anymore.
Wow.
They got 3 picks for it. They got the second pick in round 2,
That's a good one.
a pick in round 3, and a third round pick next year.
That's a good one. That's where you get a lot of good
That's
shit.
pretty.
That's
That's
a
actually
good
pretty. That's a
deal.
good trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I
is
think
it's
where
a
you
good trade
get
for the Giants.
A low first rounder for a high second rounder, a third rounder, and a next year third rounder. That's actually a pretty good trade.
Yeah. It's kind of surprising though. Do you know what I mean? You're like
Yeah.
waiting for the number one pick. I waited all day, and then
Yeah.
you know
the
last
Niners
minute-
did that to us a couple times, right, Jerry? It's like we're waiting.
I still think the Niners are going to get in the bottom of the first round here. I think.
Well, they
were
got
talking
a
about
shit
that.
ton of picks, man.
That's why I think they're gonna.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they got in here somehow. All right. That was my pick. Number 2, Joseph.
All right. Well, an album that Mark already mentioned, but a song that I think is far better, even though I do like the song he picked. The real best song off Women and Children First. Take Your Whiskey Home.
Oh yeah, I love that song.
The real best song off that album. No,
well,
I mean, this
because
is,
Fools reminds me of school. That's why.
but yeah, Take Your Whiskey Home. The opening, the acoustic with Dave just kind of doing his thing, and then it busts into that heavy track. Just a great. People don't talk about this album nearly enough.
It's a great
People talk
fucking
about
album.
people talk about the first 2, and they talk about Fair Warning, and I don't know why they skip this.
I like Fair Warning better than that album, though.
Me too. Me too.
I like them almost in order. I like it. Van Halen 2, Van Halen 1, this, Fair Warning, 84 Diver Down. So I flipped the first 2 and I flipped the last 2.
Cool. All right, Andy. What do you got?
Okay, we've been doing this for a couple of years, or I've been on the show or on Black Spirit where we've shared lists with each other for years. Well, this artist here I have as one of my favorite artists personally, but he never makes the cut. He's always number 13 or number 12. Well, this time he is on there. Probably because I made it very specific. I'm talking about Elvis Costello and the Attractions with I Can't Stand Up for Falling Down off of the Get Happy album.
Because I'm not a huge
Which was
Elvis
my
Costello fan.
first
I like
Elvis
songs.
Costello album. Huh?
I like songs with him. I like Pump It Up. I like songs like that.
I can tell you one song from Elvis Costello, and that's Veronica. That's the only song I can tell you.
You don't like
See, that-
Pump It.
That's
you
a
have
guy
to
that
know
I just
Pump It
never
Up.
got into.
Maybe
like
I do.
Pump It
I
Up?
don't know.
I know Joseph's gonna go buy his whole collection to try.
No,
to
I
listen
will
to.
not, because any song I've heard from him I dislike.
Oh, you don't like
So-
Pump It Up? Pump
No,
It
I hate
Up.
that song.
Oh, I love this song.
I like Radio.
Oh, I
To
love
me,
Radio. Yeah.
To me, that style of music is just not my thing.
Yeah.
I like
Like,
Radio
it's just
too.
not my
Watching the
thing.
Detectives.
Oh,
She's
I love
watching-
that song too. Yeah. I'm a greatest hits Elvis Costello fan. And I loved how he did a song with Paul McCartney on Flowers with the Dirt. Flowers in the Dirt.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I think he did. I think he did a song off the Austin Powers movie too.
He did.
if I remember right.
He was
That's
in the
Burt
Austin.
Bacharach.
He was
Burt
in the
Bacharach.
Austin
He was in it.
Powers
Him
movie.
and Burt Bacharach, man.
Burt Bacharach. Yeah.
No, see,
And
knowing almost nothing about Elvis Costello, the only songs I've heard from him I just like, and I've naturally been turned against him because of how much Rolling Stone rides his dick. Like,
Then you
he
should
is
have
like
liked Bob Dylan.
the darling of Rolling Stone magazine and all that stuff.
That
he
and
is
Bob
like-
Dylan.
Every album he ever released got 5 stars from Rolling Stone.
Or the Grateful
Like,
Dead.
Is
Like,
he on?
he's one of
Is he
those
on?
guys.
Is he on SNL's blacklist?
No.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah, because
He
he
is.
Is he?
changed the song. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's one of the
Yeah.
most classic SNL fucking. They put that on the top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he was also in Talladega Nights.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Mark.
Mark. Okay, I'm at my number two?
Number 2.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with All I Need Is What You Got. I can touch and go by the Cars. Roy Thomas Baker, bitch.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Love that fucking. I love Panorama. I think it's one of the most underrated albums of all time. They went weird, but I love it. I love Panorama.
Well, each album is kind of weird, except for the first one because there were so many hits.
Yeah,
But then if you listen to Candy O is weird as hell.
I
And
love
it's
Candio's
so
my
good.
See,
favorite.
for me,
Uh,
Candio is weird in a great way. I love Candio.
Yes.
I'm not a fan of the next two.
I love Panorama. I
I'm not a
love
huge
Shake
fan
It
of Panorama.
Up.
I like the singles off those albums, but I'm not a fan of the albums overall.
Heartbeat
And
City.
then they really came back for me with Heartbeat City.
Yeah. I love fucking the album with Tattoo Whale Whale on there. Even though nobody liked it. Their last album. What was their last album?
I don't know.
God
I
damn.
don't know, but the title has something to do with cars.
Well, yeah, I got it. Well, just keep going, man. I'm done. I got it on here.
Yeah, Todd Rundgren Cars weren't that good though.
Oh, that was horrible. The last Cars album, which I
Weren't they
wanna
called the
re-
New Cars? Didn't they call those the New
New
Cars or
Cars.
something like that? Yeah, they have sucked.
Well, the last Cars album in 2011, Move Like This without Benjamin Orr is a great album. Fucking, I just listened to that again.
Never heard. I couldn't tell you a song off that
Move Like
album.
This.
Wow.
You never heard Q-Tip, Blue Tip? Fucking great fucking song, dude. I'll
I
send it to
remember
you.
the new cars and they got trashed.
Well, the new Cars sucked, but Move Like
Yeah.
This had every member of the Cars except Benjamin because he was dead.
Right, because he passed away.
2011 is really great album. It's a throwback and
Is it
fucking
really?
It's really a great album, dude. They got like
I got to check it out.
Blue Tip, Too Late, Keep on Knocking. I post songs, man, on Hits Me is a fucking great song. Check
I'll
that
check
shit
it
out.
out.
But the last album with Benjamin was Door to Door, which had
What was the big
Le-
hit off that?
Leave or Stay, or You Are the Girl.
You Are the Girl. Yeah.
Yeah. I like Double Trouble. That's a Tattoo Whale Whale, which was a demo they redid, which is pretty cool. I like it. I like that album. It's not as trashy as people say it is.
All right, my number two is my next two songs are actually from the same band. So when you hear this song, man, it's like again one of the most recognizable guitar intros. We talk about David Gilmour. The riff for Run Like Hell. Holy
yeah.
shit. One of the best guitar riffs ever. It's simple. It's very easy to play. The timing is a little difficult on it, but as far as a riff, that Run Like Hell riff is one of the best ever, man. I mean, come on. And what a fucking great lyric by Roger, too. I mean, it's a scary song, actually, man. Because if they catch you in the back seat trying to pick her locks, they're going to send you back to mother in a cardboard box. It's just a masterpiece song, in my opinion, dude. Off a great album.
I didn't realize that was a single. I just looked it up. I didn't realize that was a single.
Yeah.
But now I know what your number one is because I see which other single was released in 1980.
Another Brick in the Wall was 79, so
Yes.
that probably wouldn't have made my list anyway. But fantastic fucking song by one of the best guitar players ever. All right. Number one. Let's do it. What do you got, Joe? Number one, man.
All right. Well, I knew Mark was going to pick Oingo Boingo, so I had to come up.
Yeah,
I
your
had to
favorite
come up.
band of all time. I get it.
I had to come up with an antidote to Oingo Boingo, and that antidote to Oingo Boingo is, in my opinion, one of the absolute greatest pop songs ever written. And that is
yeah, there you go.
The Winner Takes It All by ABBA.
Absolutely, dude.
One of the most beautiful songs ever written, featuring one of the greatest vocals ever recorded from Agneta Foxdog from ABBA. The Winner Takes It All is unironically one of my favorite songs of all time by any band ever.
Wow, really? Huh.
Yes.
It's a beautiful song.
I'm just like you with Elvis Costello.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't get into that music. I just can't.
Do you know the song?
Sweet.
Do you know that song, Andy? The Winner Takes It All.
No,
I do. Unfortunately,
look that song up, Andy. I recommend that song.
Unfortunately, I know
just to check out one song. I recommend that one song. I will. It's a beautiful song, written it's a Fleetwood Mac rumors situation. It's written by a couple in the midst of a divorce,
Okay.
written by the husband, but sung by the wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I knew.
it's really emotional, especially when you know the backstory. But just it is it's such a beautiful song, and it's
Okay.
one of my all time favorite songs by anybody.
I will check it out. I will.
I heard it. I don't like
And
it.
thank you, Mark, for sending me the car stuff. I remember that album cover, so thank you. I'll check
Yeah,
that out as well.
that's a great album, dude. I bought that when it came
Okay.
out, and it's totally like classic Cars.
Cool.
All
Well,
right,
Rick
Andy, what's your number
Ocasek
one?
wrote everything, so it makes sense.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, he did write everything, actually.
He did write everything. He even wrote Drive.
He
So
did. Yeah.
So I'm gonna finish off my album with Peter Gabriel, Games Without Frontiers.
that's
Oh,
a
love
great
that song,
track.
dude.
great track.
He was part of that, even though he came, we
Kate
all
Bush
talked
action
about
going
that
on.
stuff in the
Oh
70s.
God, no.
But when he came into his own and started to become a solo artist, not that he fell into the alternative or the post-punk movement, he did Peter Gabriel music,
Yep.
and he was just pretty much on his own, releasing these. So that's my closer. It's going to be Peter Gabriel, Games Without Frontiers. And this is a really good album I put together.
It is.
It
It's
is.
very good.
I've
So,
liked.
Elvis Costello.
I think the
Yeah.
only song
Yeah.
I didn't like was ABBA on Joseph's. Everything else is top notch. Well, I don't know what his number one is yet. So, was that your
You know
number
what my
Who's
one?
number
number
one
one?
is.
So whose
Oh.
turn is it?
It's yours, Mark.
Oh, mine.
Sure,
Well,
Mark.
somebody already picked a song off this album, but I'm gonna go some rock and roll here. I'm gonna go AC/DC. Have a Drink on Me from Back in Black.
Great
Oh.
track.
I love that fucking song. I want to end it with a rocker. It's number one because that. Come on, I had some Van Halen. I had this AC/DC. The rest was kind of like, you know, like new wave, just regular
Yeah.
rock and roll. I wanted to mix it up because Pink Floyd is awesome. The Black Sabbath is awesome. People know I like that shit. I want to give them something different. So I picked. There's lots of things you could. I got some mentions on here that I could have put on here too that we'll get to later. But my
Yeah.
number one is AC/DC. Have a Drink on Me.
Yeah, you could pick a lot of songs off that
Oh,
album,
there's
dude.
this great
Oh,
year.
yeah, you could have picked up anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you would have got to, what did we do? 83 single. We haven't. We
I
did.
don't think
the
we've done
year
any.
of
I don't think we've done any singles.
Yeah,
to
we
be
haven't
honest with
done.
you.
We should just start going. We should start from 70 on up or 69.
Right. All right. I guess I'll finish it up with my number one, which is pretty predictable. The Knack, My Sharona. No, that didn't come out. Comfortably Numb. I mean, the best guitar solo ever. One of the best songs ever. I mean, we've talked about this song a zillion times. We know what the song is. Absolute fucking legendary song. I never get tired of it. We're talking about songs like you pull up to your driveway, you sit and listen to at the end.
Or
That happened to me
drive
the
down
other
the
day,
block.
actually. Yeah, no, I just sit in the parking lot. It happened to me the other day when this song came out. I stayed to the fucking thing ended, dude.
I drive around the block.
One of those fucking just classic songs.
I drive
dude.
around the
mean,
block too,
Me too.
and sing my lungs out, and sometimes I cry. It all depends on what song it is.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Sometimes, what is it? Pigs comes on. You got to listen to it, right?
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
You're like, oh shit, the Daisy Confused song remains the same version's on. Oh no.
You're on Days. You're on fucking Days of Confused, the 30
The
minute
live version. It's like, no.
I'm gonna run out of gas in the neighborhood.
Yeah, right. But yeah, all right. Well, that's our top, our favorite. Well, I would say top, but favorite songs from
Yeah.
1980.
That's fun.
We'll definitely work on more years. Maybe one of you guys can pick a year, maybe, and we'll do a show in the future on that. But Andy, thank you for being on.
Oh, sorry, I gotta. We have on. Can I go to my
Mention.
Oh,
honorable
honorable
mentions?
message, but I'm sorry. Go right ahead.
Get my auctioneer voice out and just rattle this list of like 30 honorable mentions. Love Stinks from Jay Giles Band.
Love that song.
The song I picked from Bob Seger was You'll Accompany Me. That's
Oh,
my
yeah.
favorite song off that album. Line of Fire from Journey. You May Be Right from Billy Joel. Wasted from Def Leppard. 747, Strangers in the Night from Saxon, Breaking the Law from Judas Priest, Children of the Sea from Black Sabbath, Pain from Alice Cooper, Aaliyah from Donny Iris, Giving the Dog a Bone from AC/DC, Hell is for Children from Pat
Oh,
Benatar.
Aaliyah was 1980. I love that
Yep.
song, man.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Machine Messiah from Yes.
Great.
I said Hell is
Oh,
for
yeah.
Children
I
from
forgot
Pat
about
Benatar.
Drama. Fuck. I would have picked Into the
Um,
Lens.
Hold On from Kansas, Ashes to Ashes from David Bowie, Mr. Crowley from Ozzy, Fast and Loose from Motorhead, Games People Play from Alan Parsons. I picked Don't Let Him Go. And Angel Witch from Angel Witch.
Nice. Well, I got like the Rolling
Games people
Stones.
play.
The Rolling Stones, She's So Cold,
I
Christopher
love that
Cross,
song.
Ride Like the Wind, Billy Joel, You May Be Right, Genesis, Misunderstanding. A lot of those songs you just mentioned, like fucking, well, the Yes album, Drama, I would have picked Into the Lens off that. Children of the Sea, I already said that would have been one of my honorable mentions. That's about it. I didn't put too many on here. There's
Yeah,
so many great songs from
I didn't
I-
pick anything from Duke because my favorite song from that album is like 5 songs put together.
Yeah. Yeah, I
It's the
didn't
Duke
do
suite.
I didn't do an honorable mention because I don't know where to fucking stop. There's so many great songs in 1980s.
Well, I had to put a Genesis song in there, Misunderstanding, for all the Phil Collins haters out there.
Great track, love that song.
Can I go through my honorable mentions?
Go for
Sure,
it.
Andy, go ahead.
I got quite a bit. Rush, Free Will, John Lennon, Watching the Wheels. I love Watching the Wheels. Absolutely love
Great
that
song, yeah.
Everybody Wants Some
People
by
say
Van Halen. The
Wasted
Zoo,
my life
Scorpion.
away.
U2, I Will Follow. Talking Heads, Once in a Lifetime. Bob Seger, The Silver Bullet Band, Against the Wind. Genesis, Misunderstanding. Billy Joel, You Might Be Right. Rock and Roll Ain't No Noise Pollution by AC/DC. And Hold On Loosely by 38 Special.
You know, all those songs you guys mentioned, man, I could have picked all those too. They're just so
That's
fucking
why I didn't
amazing.
bother with honorable
It's just
mentions.
so
I could've been-
I love how we picked 4 different songs off Back in Black. I love that.
It's awesome.
Well, like I
right?
said, any one of those songs off that album could have made it. I mean, it's that great of an album.
Yeah.
All right. So Joseph, man, what do you got going on, man? Anything, concerts, anything?
Next weekend I got M3, so I'm excited to see that.
No.
I'll be tentatively, cautiously seeing David Lee Roth.
Oh yeah.
You got to you take a video of that, and put it on Freeform.
I'd prefer not to. I don't want to break
Please.
anybody's phones.
Please.
I don't want to break anybody's phones or eardrums or my phone. I don't want to give my
put the
phone
rat.
aids.
At least put the rat on.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll video some of the rat, but I have to sit through David Lee Roth and Ace Frehley next weekend. So
Oh, bye.
yay.
Yeah.
But then I get
All right.
rewarded because the week after that I get to go see Brit Floyd. So
Oh man, you gotta love that, man. I can't
weeks
wait.
2 weeks to Brit Floyd. I'm excited.
Mine's not until August,
I
unfortunately.
want to
but
see the
can't wait.
band that plays out here. Which one is Pink? I heard that one was really good.
Yeah. The other one that's even closer to Brit Floyd is the Australian Pink Floyd band. They're good. A couple of those guys came from that band actually for Brit Floyd.
From what I heard, Roger Waters' son is touring with Brit Floyd this year.
Yeah, every now and then he'll show up. He doesn't do it every show.
Well, I usually don't like cover bands, but there's a band out of Houston called Us and Them.
Yeah.
And they used to play every New Year's Eve. And my wife and I would go, I would get sloppy drunk, and they're so damn good. They played like 3-hour sets in clubs. And they disappeared. And they disappeared for a few years, but they're coming back in June. They're playing one of my favorite places downtown, and I think we're going to go to that.
Nice.
That's why I'm so excited about Brit Floyd is because they're playing like a 3-hour show. They're playing all of Wish You Were Here plus like 15 other songs.
Yeah. Me and my friend Brian and Brad go there. It's just one of our main things we do every year in Knoxville, man.
Oh, wow.
It's just a great time, dude. A great show. Andy, why don't you plug what we're going to be doing on Sunday?
Yeah, on Sunday on Three Shots Down with the great Kate Dore and Jerry Soupy and myself, we are going to be doing the one and the only John Prine. We are going to be working on that. That's going to be an interesting show. The guy's had a very interesting life.
And he's influenced dozens of people.
Dozens of Americana, country, barroom, vocalists. It's so good. So we're going to be working on that. We will record that. Sounds like on Sunday, and I'll be out towards the end of the week. And I really love doing that show, so I'm excited for that. And then I'm not too sure what we're doing on Black Spinner. It's my partner Al Hortus pick, so he'll let me know. That will be on Wednesday because I'm going to a baseball game on Tuesday to go see the Astros and the Tigers, so that I can boo their coach. So I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, he won you a World Series, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, you know how I feel about that World Series.
Yeah, I'm not going into that right now.
And he could have stopped all that.
Slider.
And he did it.
Okay. All right. I just think
And
about
he
it.
did it.
But what we got going on Freeform, man, your favorite album by Bon Jovi, Jerry.
Oh boy.
These days, we already did that with Lee, but Mooger wanted to do it again, so it's part death if you think about it. But you guys didn't give your opinions on it, and Lee got harassed by the great Dr. Fuck for saying he liked most of that album. So these days, so you can check out both episodes. Go back into our archives and check it out with Lee, because Lee got made fun of for years and he fucking hates it.
That was a fucking loathsome episode, dude. It was boring.
Boring.
What an
We
album.
had fun.
Like 5 ballads in a row. It's like,
Hey, no
Oh, dude,
spoilers.
that's a
We need to hear your hate on the fucking episode.
dude, if anybody knows even the shred of me knows I don't like Bon Jovi, man. So
I love Bon Jovi, but thank you guys for
I
being
like
on here.
the
What are
early
what are we
albums,
doing?
but
What are we
man,
doing?
these
What are we
days.
what are we doing next week? It's already planned, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
What is it? Somebody tell me, because I don't.
It's already
Oh.
planned because Joseph is on there too, and so am I.
Yeah,
We're doing our favorite concerts.
yeah, we're
oh
doing
yeah.
our 11
Favorite concerts.
favorite concerts, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
That we've seen. So that's about it.
Yeah, of
So
course.
let's get the fuck out of here. You guys have a great night. Go Lakers, go Panthers, go Kings, go Astros and Dodgers and
Hey,
Orioles.
thanks a lot, Mark.
Yeah.
And go
They-
Rockets, man.
He
Go
was
Rockets.
he's tried. He's like,
He
Astros.
I
tailed
was
off
gonna
there at
say-
the end.
I was
That's all
being
right.
respectful to the Astros.
All right. But go Rockets, go Stros.
And
I
the
think
Orioles
Jerry-
actually won today.
Yeah.
And
And I
fuck the
think
Cubs.
I think Jerry and I are going to be working on a draft show for our Gridiron SmackDown sometime next week. We've also got our baseball show coming out again, I think next week. So, man, I really need to fix my laptop, or I really have to fix something because I have a lot coming up and I don't have equipment to do it.
Hey, whatever you're using right now is fine. What you're using before wasn't. So you're pretty good.
Yeah. My
So-
wife's tablet, but she loves to use this. So
Well,
You know.
hey, we thank your wife. She's an amazing.
Yes.
She always makes fun of me though, and I like it.
Yeah,
She goes, "Oh, Mark." She's
fun.
cool. She gives me
Yeah.
shit, but I like it because I know it's all in good fun. All right, guys, you have a good night. Make sure and listen to Freeform. Make sure and listen to Black Spinner, the baseball show that Andy and Brad and Jerry do, and Freeform Rock Podcast, man. We rule. We're out.
Yeah.
Later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Later, guys.